to the Film Buds podcast. This is episode number 9. And my name is Henry.
This is Braden.
Chloe.
And today we're going to be reviewing Kathryn Bigelow's Detroit. And then we're also going to be doing a review of her one of her other action films from 1991, Point Break. And so it's going to be a good show. And we also have a few trailers to talk about, some listener questions, and a bunch of other stuff. So it's going to be super fun. And yeah, how are y'all doing today, by the way? Good?
Pretty good. Little phlegmy. Had a little milk with my egg muffin.
But not enough milk, right?
Not enough milk. I could have used more milk, but you know,
Do you go,
very stingy with the milk at the McDonald's.
Brayden, do you go 2%? Do you go skim, whole, chocolate?
I'll take it any way I can. I'm not picky about my milk.
It's cool.
I
I'm
just
not
go
picky.
almond.
That's if I'm drinking milk. I just drink almond milk. I like the flavor better.
What else do you do with milk?
You put it on cereal. You put it in
I
your
love
coffee.
cereal. I'm a cereal head, so I'm always drinking milk. But there's an almond cashew milk that's like a protein one.
Yeah.
Has 10 grams of protein in every serving.
There you go.
Yeah, it's delicious.
Trying to get a sponsor?
Yeah. I can't remember the name of a cashew or something. all something.
Yeah.
I have it in my
perfect.
recycling. I'll go look in a second.
Okay. It's apparently it's a pressing enough issue that we have to check
I think so.
recycling.
Listeners probably are wondering.
I
So
think so.
yeah. And Chloe, how about you?
I'm okay. I'm house sitting, and I've house sat there a bunch. It's the woman I work for's house / like pottery and art studio or whatever. But she has like a new tenant living there, and he's super weird.
How so?
I really hope he's not listening. I feel like he's not, but
He may be
Super weird-
listening.
Super weird good or super weird bad?
no. I was like, because I've never met him before, because he's staying in the room that I usually stay in. I'm staying in their bedroom now.
Right.
But I was like, well, we'll either fall in love or I'll get murdered. But it's neither, so.
What's the percentage-wise? 60% chance murder, 40 marriage?
The likelihood is that I'd murder him because he's really annoying.
Okay. Oh, there's a third.
You know,
Yeah.
this is fun. This sounds like the setup for a film actually.
Yeah.
House sitting for somebody, weird new tenant.
That's true.
Because I mean, there's weird good where he's
He's
you
not
know
even weird, he's just annoying.
where he's doing Zen meditation in the bathroom. Then there's
Yeah.
weird bad where he's wearing a tinfoil hat and
He didn't know that he's
skinning
living there.
squirrels in the. You know.
No, he's been living there for 3 weeks and he didn't know that they had a cat. And he was like,
Hey.
he came downstairs, I was with my friends, he came downstairs. He's like, Chloe, I don't know if this is okay, but there's a cat on the counter. And I was like, like eating his food. And he's like, they have a cat? And I said, yeah, there's a cat. Like,
Describe the man,
Daniel?
if that's his name.
His name is Danny.
Okay.
Well,
Just
yeah.
describe Danny.
The third. Something the third. He has really round Harry Potter glasses.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
But not in a cool way.
Yeah.
Not weird good though.
Yeah. And, well, not intentionally, because obviously I brought up Harry Potter, and he was like, those movies are for kids.
Oh, jeez.
I did, oh, no, we're
Oh,
done.
jeez.
We're done.
How old is this guy?
He's probably like 26.
He needs to lighten up. I enjoy the Harry Potter
Yeah, mine do
films.
too, man.
I'm
Yeah.
much older than him, and you know.
Yeah. He wants to be a private school headmaster.
Oh, God. Oh, then it should be perfect for him.
He's
He wants to be a private school headmaster.
Just go watch
Yeah,
Dumbledore.
He's only ever been to private. He was telling me that UNC. He was like, "Yeah, I'm not used to this. I've only ever been to private school." I was like, "Oh, okay. Well, UNC, it's great. It's fun." And he's like, "Yeah,
What a hack.
I know." And then I told him my dad like studied at Harvard, and he said, "Ugh."
Oh, my God.
What?
He said Harvard's where you go if you want to get all A's. And I said,
Okay.
"Where are you from?"
What is with this guy?
I know, he's
Yeah,
weird.
He seems
Weird.
Anyway,
Huh.
yeah, that's about it. Probably he doesn't know how to use his computer at all, even though he's graduated college, which is really suspicious.
How is he 26 and not able to use a computer?
I don't know. Last night he woke me up at like 12:30 and he was like, "Chloe, can you please help me?" He like didn't know what Google Docs were, he didn't know how to print stuff, and Anyway.
Oh my god.
Anyway.
Oh my god.
And I came in, so I saw Detroit last night, right? And I was really upset about it because all the stuff that's like actually, or that's still going on and everything. And
Right.
I was like bawling and I was on the phone. And I was like, and he was looking, I walked in and he was just staring at me. Like I walked in through the doorway and I guess he was just there doing something and he just saw like the tears and he was just staring at me like terrified because I guess girls crying are scary.
Huh. It is terrifying.
Yeah. And I was like, oh no, I'm okay. I just saw a really sad movie. He said, is it your boyfriend? And I said, no,
Oh
I
my
saw a really
God.
sad movie.
I saw a really
Daniel.
sad movie.
Daniel.
Daniel.
Danny
With your
the third.
glasses.
Yeah.
Huh.
So there you go.
I'd say the murder is more likely.
Yeah.
He guy seems like a weirdo.
I'm quite worried he's gonna. It's irrational. No offense. I know we're super popular, and he doesn't even know how to use a computer. So I doubt he's gonna listen to this. But
Which
I
one
have
is
an
the toolbar?
But I have
What
an
is this
irrational fear.
interweb?
I have an irrational fear that he's gonna listen to this. You're nice. You're a nice person. You just need to get over yourself.
Yeah.
Anyway, there's nothing wrong with public school.
No.
No. I'm here. I made it.
Yeah, me too. And you went to a crap one.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Your school was awful.
No, like my school.
You're a moron.
Like my school was bad, but we made fun of his school for being terrible.
Really?
yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, well, we made fun of the Cedar Ridge people for being pretentious.
Which is sad, because we're hillbillies too.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway.
Or yeah.
I grew up in Chapel Hill. Went to all Chapel Hill schools.
Yeah, you
It was
fancy.
Public,
You fancy.
Yeah, I am fancy.
Wait,
I'm
what
a fancy
elementary school
boy.
did you go to?
I'm a fancy boy. Carver Elementary School.
Oh, just kidding.
And I went to the high school before it split.
Cool.
Yeah.
Cool.
So that definitely ages me there. That puts me into a very clear age category. I am old. I am old.
I am old.
I feel old. I always ask kids how old they think I am, like at camp and after school and stuff, because it's fun. And there's one boy named Shu, the boy who gave me the eggplant, and he said, girls don't have ages. You don't ask because they don't have ages. And I said, good answer, Shu. Everybody else thinks I'm like 60.
What?
Nice.
How old are these kids? Like 3?
No.
You're old. You're like 8.
Yeah. They either think I either get 14 or 60.
That's a very...
That's a wide margin.
It is.
Yeah,
The
that's
littler
a
kids think
wide
I'm
margin.
60. The kids, like, I coach a boys soccer team, and they're like 10, 11, and they all thought I was 16. I said, okay, I'll take it.
Yeah.
Why not?
Very strange.
It's not 60, so.
Yeah.
We're all just avoiding talking about the sad movie.
Yeah.
Yeah. I was watching it last night and just thinking to myself, this is going to be a difficult discussion.
Yeah, me too. I was like,
Especially with everything that's happening.
Well, yeah, I
Yeah,
mean
the
everything that's
goings-on.
happened.
Yeah.
Well, I mean all of the police issues that have been going on recently,
Yeah.
and even more recently, with the whole spate of. Well, I mean, what was it? Charlottesville was just
Yeah.
3 days away now,
yeah.
Yeah.
and then
Did y'all see that photograph of the black cop?
Yes, I did.
This black police officer was having to guard the white supremacist.
Oh, really?
Because that was
Yeah.
it's his job.
Yeah.
And so it's this
It's
photo of him
upsetting.
standing in front of the people as they're rioting with like white supremacist
I
signs.
applaud his professionalism.
Yeah.
That couldn't have been easy for him,
Yeah.
but yeah.
Not
And
to
then-
mention. Oh, go ahead.
Well, no, I was just gonna say here in Durham, apparently it's getting some national press.
Yeah,
now
it has
because
been. They took the statue down.
Yeah, protesters took down the statue.
And she got arrested. And
Yeah.
none of the people who beat up anyone got arrested.
Which, yeah, well,
it's
that's
madness.
that is madness. I think to quote Donald Trump, there's blame on both sides.
Oh, Trump is a nut job.
Oh my God.
Yeah, don't even get me started.
Like that
on
asshole that was in my coffee shop the other day. You know what I was
Oh,
telling you about?
yeah.
Ugh. I don't even want to get into
Get
it.
out of my coffee shop.
I know.
Well-
I was livid, but
Yeah, I mean,
and he came in the next day, but not wearing it, not in
not
anything
in that
attire,
egregious-
but different. It was
Yeah.
still.
you know,
Sorry.
I'm not a big fan of defacing property, but if other people are involved in violence in the crowd, they need to be held accountable for that. So,
Yeah.
Anyway.
anywho, speaking of violence, Detroit.
Yeah. Y'all. One thing I do want to mention before we start. So, still trying to figure out. Hopefully, we can do it by the end of the month. But I think the Steven Soderbergh special monthly show is probably gonna happen one way or the other, and it's gonna be available through Bandcamp, and it's gonna be on our website. You can just access it through there, where you can just pay a minimum donation of $1 and download it. And so it's all gonna be about Steven Soderbergh because of Logan Lucky coming out this week, which looks fantastic. Can't wait. But I think the movies that we're going to be doing are Out of Sight, Traffic, The Informant, Contagion, and then maybe Magic Mike.
I'm not rewatching 3 of those 5.
Which 3?
Or wait, should we say? Or should you say? Should you keep it a secret?
I'll keep it a secret.
All right.
Oh. Now I have to wait.
Yeah. Or but that's probably the lineup, but we'll figure it out. And it's going to be on the website hopefully by the end of the month, but we'll keep you updated. So, and all right, well, with all that chatter done, let's jump into our review of Detroit. It's going to be a big one, and we've got a clip, so let's take a listen.
Hey fellas, Melvin Desmukes. I'm with United Security. I'm guarding that grocery store across the street. I come bearing gifts.
Oh, thank you. That's nice voice. Hey, all things considered, this is pretty good.
Thank you. I don't have my usual appliances.
Oh, you got any sugar?
I don't push your man.
So, Detroit is directed by Catherine Bigelow, stars John Boyega, Will Poulter, Algie Smith, and Anthony Mackie, as maybe as a couple others.
And Gilly from Game of Thrones.
Right. And the IMDb plot synopsis is, amidst the chaos of the Detroit rebellion with the city under curfew and as the Michigan National Guard patrolled the streets, 3 young African-American men were murdered at the Algiers Motel. So, what did y'all think of Detroit?
No, it was an excellent movie.
It's an excellent film. It's just
heart-wrenching.
Yeah, I mean it's so emotionally distressing that I mean watching it is you kind of, this is one of the few films that I would say, well, everybody should go watch it in a theater, but one of the films that I would say, if you can watch it at home, do that, because you can pause the film, get up, go,
Take a break.
breathe.
I think
a
that
little
take away from it.
Maybe.
Probably,
'Cause,
but I mean, for me at least, a
Bunch of people in my theater were doing that. They got up and left a bunch. And
Oh,
came
really?
back.
I only had a couple people in my theater, so...
Well, I was in the theater for 15 people. It was one of the small.
Oh,
ones.
really?
Yeah.
I was by myself.
Again.
I was by myself.
It's like a gift curse thing, Braden.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't. Maybe I emit pheromones and the people can smell me coming and they flee.
Yeah.
It's like the Mongol hordes or
Braden's
something.
coming.
Yeah. But no, I mean it's so distressing that I stayed and watched. I admit I had to leave just a touch early because stuff, but I mean it was
Stop, guys.
it was remarkably distressing film, and I mean if I could have gotten up and just breathed a little bit, that sort of man, it was a rough film, but it's absolutely brilliant, and I think it's perhaps the most timely and topical of her films.
Yeah, I mean, because it is... I was thinking when I was leaving, I mean, it is timely, but then I think after the Charlottesville stuff, it's even more timely.
Yeah, it's
You know?
crazy.
Yeah.
It's so appropriate.
So it's kind of like when she was doing... Before she did Zero Dark 30, Mark Bowl, the screenwriter who did Detroit...
Yeah.
That one, and then Hurt Locker, they were planning a movie about searching for Bin Laden, and then Bin Laden just happened to be killed, and so they're clearly
Catherine Bigelow's up. There's a conspiracy theory here.
Yeah, she's
Just blame Catherine Bigelow.
yeah,
She knows something.
yeah.
She's like
She
an
knows something
oracle.
the rest of us don't.
She's an oracle.
Yeah, and Chloe, how about you?
I thought it was, it was a great movie. She's not my favorite director, but I think he's a great writer, which is more important to this story. But they did a really good. I don't know if it was just because I was in a really small theater, but I felt really
Claustrophobic.
claustrophobic, the whole time. But I think it's also just because it's a really good movie. Yeah, I was done so the whole 5 minutes in,
Oh man,
just bawling, and I couldn't stop.
Yeah.
were you crying during Dunkirk when I saw it with you, or did you cry during Dunkirk? I don't remember.
I
didn't hear tears
I
coming.
tear.
Were
Yeah,
you
if you don't
crying
know-
during Dunkirk?
Yeah.
I teared up.
It's an intense film, but I didn't think it was.
Teared up once at a weird time too. I can't remember what it was. I teared up once, but this was different. This was more than I've cried in my life.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Well, yeah. I thought the movie was pretty good as well. I think that the middle section. So the movie is quite long. It's 2.5 hours, but there's this middle scene that's basically just one scene that takes place at the Algiers motel where all this tragedy took place, and you would think that I was worried that are they just gonna drag this thing
Yeah.
out? But it's really, really well paced, and
It was. I
it's
didn't
brutal
get-
to watch, but
It is. I mean, that's the thing is it takes up a fair portion of time. It's quite a long scene, but I mean the whole time it's so intense.
yeah,
It doesn't feel as though it's dragging.
Yeah.
yeah.
Other parts, I thought the introduction of the film and the setup of the story leading up to it could have used maybe a bit of editing.
I agree. Yeah,
Oh, I forgot about
But-
that beginning bit. That was weird.
yeah. So I mean,
Yeah.
yeah, it's there's a 30 or 40 minute setup where you're seeing the kind of the big riots taking place, and it's setting up all the different characters, and I thought that was a little kind of muddled and unfocused and not.
I think it might have been intentional though.
In what way?
That it was muddled and unfocused, and
Well,
then they kind of picked out these few things.
Oh yeah, I mean, I understand that they're showing the chaos, but just in terms of the direction, I felt it was just, why should we be why are we following these people, and why are we seeing these certain sections? And it just felt, and then I had the same issue with the ending. It just felt like it didn't go on too long, but just
Right.
followed characters who I guess we were supposed to be caring about or following, but then it would jump to someone else and it wouldn't finish.
Right.
Like the scene with the interrogation at the end with John Boyega.
That was the best scene in the movie.
Yeah,
for
it's-
me.
so, I mean,
He's
there's a
such
scene-
good actor.
Yeah, it's in the trailer where he's being interrogated about the event by two white detectives, and it's all about showing how someone of power can completely fuck up a situation.
Yeah.
And sway the viewpoint of
Alternative facts.
yeah, and yeah, very relevant now, obviously, and but some of that, and then everything with the two main, or I guess the main singer from the dramatics. That whole section was just a little, again, just muddled, and also the court scene. I thought that was very
The
strange.
court scene was weird. Also, well, I will say it because it'll help other people. I was thrown out. The only time I was thrown out of the movie was when when John Krasinski
Oh,
popped
yeah.
up. I said, "What the heck? This is so unnecessary.
Yeah, so John
Don't
Kra-
take me out of this movie." You know what I mean? When famous
Yeah.
people just randomly pop up for 2 seconds.
Yeah.
Get over yourself.
Yeah, and
No.
so most of the actors in this are relatively not huge
I think it's
actors.
half and half. Well, huge, I guess. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, John Boyega was in Star Wars: The Force Awakens,
Anthony Mackie's pretty famous.
but true, yeah, but he has such a small
Jack
part.
Raynor's famous.
Yeah,
And what's his name's pretty? I keep forgetting. His
Will
name.
Poulter.
Will Poulter.
I
I'm gonna try.
I did not like him.
I'm gonna. What do you mean though?
I thought he did not fit. So Will Poulter plays the main cop who's kind of controlling all of the.
I want to know if he was actually that young, because that's the one thing that threw me off. Was why is this person who's the youngest one in the room?
Yeah, that
Who's
was sort of
dominating
weird.
the
Is I
situation.
thought he was just a beat cop too.
Yeah,
and
but
yet-
maybe I don't know. Maybe it's because he's so terrified. That's the thing about this movie. It's like we were talking about when I was Sorry. When I was watching the movie, I was thinking about our conversation last week, and I was like, does this qualify as a horror film?
I mean, the middle
'Cause I'm
section is almost,
terrified.
well, like, at least tonally, and
Who is Will Poulter?
He's the guy from We Are the Millers.
the
With
main
the eyebrows.
the main cop, the young one who's
Yeah, no, I know
Eyebrows
who
boy.
he was
He's
played,
British.
but I'm not familiar with his work.
I'm not.
He's been. I've seen him in other stuff, not just We Are the Millers. Like, I like him. I think he's a good.
Well,
Henry hated him.
Yeah.
Henry just made a face.
didn't hate him, but I just felt like his persona, which is kind of this slender, kind of almost like a baby-faced guy, is trying to come off as very, very
Oh,
terrifying.
he's in the Maze Runner movies. That's what it was.
and
Sorry.
odd.
and I just
And
did
The
not.
Revenant. Sorry, I'm done now.
Oh, that's the
Brain
one I know him
spasm.
from.
Yeah.
Right.
And what?
The Revenant.
The
The
Revenant.
Revenant.
He was the young
Oh.
guy who tagged along with Tom Hardy.
Oh.
Braden
oh,
hasn't
oh.
even heard about it. Braden, have you heard about the remake of The Revenant my sister and I made during the snow week? It's called The Irreverent.
The Irreverent.
Yeah. It's pretty
Can't say
good.
as I've heard that.
Yeah. We should all watch it sometime.
I'd be down.
That can be one of your bonus.
Yeah. Do you
Don't
have
need $1. And...
Is there a Blu-ray?
No.
Oh, that's too bad.
Can't watch it, not
Yeah.
Blu-ray.
It's like 45 minutes long. Anyway,
That's-
sorry.
Quite the film.
Will Poulter. I thought he was good. Henry didn't.
And yeah, so I just did not think his persona fit how terrifying he was
I-
trying to come off as to be, or
That's why he was so scared of me, though.
Well, I think...
it was more I had issue with the performance rather than the character. I was fine with the idea of the character being this young guy having complete control over these innocent people and as well as other cops, but just in terms of his performance, I did not like him
I
very
thought
much.
he was
Really?
good.
I thought he was good.
I thought he was very good.
His physicality was not particularly intimidating, but I guess that's part of the whole thing.
I
Is
think that-
he
yeah.
had such a magnetic personality
Yeah,
that
exactly. Mm-hmm.
within this chaotic situation, everybody sort of defaulted to him because he seemed to sort of know what he was doing,
Exactly.
which was utterly despicable, but at least he was certain.
Yeah.
He had a amount of certitude in with regard to what he
Right.
was doing, and so everybody else just sort of fell into line behind
And I
him.
think that's
Right.
very relatable, too. Like, this, obviously, it's not in this way a vast majority of the time, thankfully, but, like, in my experience, like, younger boys tend to take on this, like,
Alpha male machismo kind of. Yeah.
earlier that they're supposed to know, like they know exactly what's going on and everything like that. So, in that way, I thought it was I liked his performance a lot. I think it's interesting that at least like half of the main actors were from other countries.
Yeah.
I thought that was fascinating. Will
Yeah.
Poulter, John Boyega,
John Boyega, yeah.
Jack Rayner. I'm trying to think of other ones, but a bunch of them were.
I'm telling you that, people from England or just the UK in general are taking over America.
It's all that British theatrical
Like the
training
Marvel
with the
movies.
Shakespeare.
Yeah, because they're great.
Like yeah, I mean, like all the Marvel movies, half the actors are all English. You
Yeah.
know, like the last two Spider-Man actors have both been
Right.
Yeah,
English.
that's true.
You know,
Andrew Garfield and
Tom
Holland.
Hiddleston, Chris Hemsworth.
Well, Chris Hemsworth is Australian.
Yeah, or I mean, just in terms of
Foreign.
other countries, I should say foreign rather than
Braden's so proud of himself
Yeah.
right now.
He's Australian.
Australian from Sydney.
Get it right?
Yeah,
He's my least favorite of the Hemsworth brothers.
really.
I
Yes.
thought there
You
were
like
only the
Liam.
two of them.
I do like Liam.
Yikes.
I know. Also, I like the other one. He was in Westworld. He was good.
I need to see that. I've heard good things about it.
I've seen the pilot. I've seen the pilot. It's quite good.
What? It's. I
I'm
know
sorry,
I could
there's
be like
a lot
this
of
a lot, but
TV
are
out
you
there.
guys
Yeah,
kidding
too much
me?
TV.
And now,
Westworld is so freaking
TV is
now,
garbage.
now I have to go watch movies for this thing.
Yeah.
But
Sorry, Braden.
there's barely.
Damn you.
There are only like 8 episodes of Westworld. It's you guys.
I'm gonna watch it. It's coming out on
I'm
4K.
gonna
You
watch
guys
it.
I'm gonna
have
watch
to
it.
watch it.
It'll
You
be
have
on
to watch
Blu-ray.
it.
Henry will see
No,
it.
it's coming out on 4K. It's the first 4K.
I don't know what that means.
It's above Blu-ray, bro.
Oh gosh.
Yeah, it's amazing.
I really don't need anything above DVD.
No, you need it.
I'm happy. I'm happy with DVD.
I'm happy with the free stuff I find on the internet.
Wow.
Like Point Break, I'd never seen it, so I had to watch it. And it kept pausing, but I said, I'm not going to pay for it.
Nice.
That's all.
Okay then.
Yeah.
This is by no means an endorsement of going and watching free stuff on.
No,
Yeah, don't
don't
do
do that. Oh, no, that's true. I did end up paying for it on Amazon because I felt guilty. I'm not
Good.
kidding. I do that a lot.
Good for you.
I rented it.
Good.
So I paid the $4.
I did that as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, YouTube, $3.
Nice.
Really?
Yeah,
Nice.
YouTube.
that's how I did High Noon as well. It's amazing.
It's on Hulu.
Well, then again, what is?
Anyway. Sorry.
No, YouTube. It's.
My dad's gonna get so mad at mentioning that I stream movies sometimes.
Yeah, he's gonna.
What is he, a copyright attorney or?
No.
Exactly.
Anyway.
He's gonna come in with a subpoena for you one of these days.
I know.
You've got to appear on the stand.
I've had so much
See you at
court
dinner,
stuff
honey.
lately.
Here's your subpoena.
No.
Anyhow,
Yeah.
Detroit.
So
I liked Will Poulter.
Yeah.
His physicality just didn't seem to fit the. I thought the other guy. Then again, the other guy seemed like just a little greasy thug.
Oh yeah, he's. I
don't know who
recognize
that-
him.
yeah,
Yeah, I didn't recognize
And-
him either.
that's
I don't know.
kind of one thing I took issue with in the movie is I feel like, particularly the cops, I feel like it's so broadly. It's done in such broad strokes in terms of who's the villains, who's the heroes, like flat villains, flat heroes, kind of flat middle guy, and it's just like it's so. There's not much like I didn't get besides learning about this story, which I didn't really know much about going in. I didn't really get what the point was, really, aside from I mean maybe not necessarily that, but I mean I know about police brutality, etc., but it just didn't seem to have as much commentary or new commentary as I hoped it would.
I think that was the point. Is that it was just illustrative of that historical episode.
Right,
and-
yeah,
and
which I
how
like.
that-
It also puts you in the situation a lot more than almost any
Yeah.
movie I've
Yeah.
seen has.
Oh yeah, and
done.
I like that as well. So I'm not.
I mean, obviously there are linkages to what's going on currently, and I think that's the pertinent thing about it is we watch this film and everybody goes, oh well, that was back in when was that 1967?
Yeah.
Oh, that was back in 1967.
Yeah.
I know we've moved beyond that
It's
now,
crazy.
and have we though?
Yeah,
Yeah.
half a century ago, and it's the same
It's
thing. It's crazy.
More of the same, and I mean, unfortunately, all the episodes we're going through now are just
Yeah.
indicative of the racial tensions that
Yeah.
we're we're at the root, we're the pith, the germ from which this whole Detroit
Yeah.
civil unrest
Which,
came.
yeah, I mean, maybe I phrased it badly, but I did like how it is immersive and how it did feel very relevant to what's going on. So I did really like that.
Yeah.
But I guess the main issue is just in terms of it is so broadly done that it just wasn't as interesting as I thought it could be. In terms of characters, not necessarily story.
Really? I thought they spent a lot of time on getting to know the character.
Oh no, I mean it's character driven, I would say, but in terms of okay, they're good, they're
You
bad.
mean good, bad, love?
Good, bad, middle. That's all it really.
Well, that's
really
all there
is.
is in like good, bad, and middle.
Oh,
Yeah, well, that's the thing.
I
is
understand.
I mean, that was one of the things I took away from this is that there's blame to go around on all sides. Nobody is absolutely innocent. And nobody is absolutely. Well, no, I
Some
can't say
people are
no people are
innocent.
absolutely evil. The cops, the Will Poulter character, and his one little lackey. The other guy, I think, the Jack Rayner character was
Yeah.
just a moron.
Yeah, and
He
then
was just a follower. He had no idea what was going on. But the other fellow, the actor is Ben O'Toole. I just looked him up, and
the third guy.
the guy with the
grease.
with the greasy
I
hair,
liked him.
and
That's
the big.
I'd say that's probably the main one. It's just he's such a flat. You hear him say very little.
Right.
He does very little for the most part. He's just almost a stereotypical like racist, and it's just
Well, that's the
Right, that's
point.
interesting.
Is he's I mean, if you listen to a lot of these guys who have been in these white supremacist movements, they're there not because they're necessarily.
Right, they're looking to follow.
They don't subscribe to the
direction.
cause. Yeah, they're just
Yeah.
looking for some sort of social group in which they can belong.
Exactly. That's
And
what I
that's-
was thinking too.
That's what that guy is. It's a way for him to go around and be a thug and carry a gun and
Yeah.
belong to some organization and beat the shit out of people, and it's all perfectly legal.
Well, that's why I think it was zooming in to see exactly how those things work. Like you see Will Poulter, so you have the one person who stirs everything up and makes it a mess because he's crazy. Like, he's just crazy.
Yeah.
We know there were a lot of things in the movie you're like, what the heck? Like, this isn't even normal behavior. It's not just racist. He's a nut job, right? And then you have the people who are following him because, like you say, he's kind of magnetic, and they just kind of need to
They
like,
just want to
follow.
belong.
Like, they just
Yeah.
because some people just are like that. They don't know what's going on. They like the feeling of power, whatever. And then you can see how it works on the other side by the way the different people against the wall act, right? Like the two girls just want it was interesting, the character dimensions with them. I don't want to get into it too much, so I don't want to spoil anything.
Yeah,
but I was surprised with certain aspects. But so you see, like, there's the veteran who's experienced in survival and that kind of thing, and he just like, and like John Boyega's like that too. They just kind of go under the radar because they want
Yeah.
to stay alive.
I liked Anthony Mackie a lot.
I
Yeah,
love
he was
Anthony
really
Mackie
good.
in everything. He's
Yeah,
so
he's
good.
spectacular.
And then you have the innocent ones who speak up and doesn't go so well all the time, right? And then, because it's kind of violence against non-violence, then you have, so it's just showing, I think it just is like zooming in. It's a really clear picture of how these kind of things end up manifesting on all sides, even though you think they shouldn't because it's just a small number of people.
Yeah.
But
Yeah, I mean, I did like how it shows how one stupid action can
Yeah.
snowball.
Yeah,
You know, and
sort of a cascade
yeah,
or
after just a gunshot, then all hell breaks loose.
Yeah.
You know, and so I did really like how it progressed, and I did like, again, talking about how long the scene takes in terms of variety. Like, there'd be scenes where they take people away, then they come back, then their other forces would come. Like, there's a scene where there's the group of officers who you think are gonna help.
oh my
Was that
Oh
was that
my
horrible?
God, I was so
it's-
mad.
There's a scene, yeah, where they. I mean, this isn't a
Driving me
spoiler.
Oh, that's the state troopers.
driving
Yeah.
me crazy.
Yeah, the state troopers all roll up and then they say, we don't want to be involved in
one
this.
of them says, like, this is really bad. It's not a spoiler because you know what's happening.
Yeah.
They're like, this is, like, really bad. Something doesn't seem right. And then the guy in charge is like, oh, we're not going to get involved in this.
Yeah, he's like.
Well,
yeah,
one of them realizes it's a civil rights issue. He says
Yeah,
this is a
exactly.
civil rights issue
Yeah.
and these guys are being unfairly persecuted.
Yeah.
We need to step in and do something. And then the guy who's in charge says that's exactly why we don't want to step in.
But he was,
Yeah.
and it was
because
so.
it's a whole hornet's nest and they didn't want to.
Exactly. And he understood, like, he agreed with him. He was like, oh, yeah, that sounds awful.
But then
Yeah.
we still aren't going to do anything because
Yeah.
we don't want our people to
Yeah.
get
That's
prosecuted.
why I
you
think
know?
this movie, I really, really think the writing was
top
amazing.
notch.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
really do. The direction's like I said, she's not super my favorite. I
yeah.
hate all the shaky cam stuff. I think it's
I think the middle section is definitely the most well directed, but I think again
Yeah.
the opening
Focus,
and ending
yeah.
are not that well put together. in
no,
terms
but I
of
think they're
editing.
well written still.
Oh, yeah,
like,
like-
the guy from I hate to say I don't know what else it's been. The guy from Everybody Loves Chris. You know the guy who's running with
Oh,
the groceries.
I didn't watch that show.
I used to watch that show with my mom every night.
Yeah, I haven't seen that one.
Anyway,
I like
the
Everybody
guy
Loves Raymond.
yeah, Everybody Loves Raymond.
Deborah.
Exactly.
Sorry, go on.
I forgot what I was gonna say. I just started thinking about.
The guy from Everybody Loves Chris.
Did you know that you've got me off now. Did you know that the set? Have you seen the Carmichael Show?
No.
Okay, well, there's a show called the Carmichael Show, and it's really good. And it's kind of agrees with it. The first, like the second episode, is talking about the, Charlotte, the Black Lives Matter in Charlotte a while ago.
Charlottesville?
No.
Oh,
in Charlotte,
the
like
one
from
in
a few
Charlotte.
years ago. Yeah, but anyway, so it's kind of full circle there. But it's the same house as Everybody Loves Raymond. The heck?
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Interesting.
That's interesting.
Fun
Yeah.
fact.
Good to know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The
But
more
yeah,
you know.
we should. Yeah. So, like I had said, Mark Bowl, who is the screenwriter for the last 3 films with Bigelow, he was a journalist,
Yeah.
or maybe he still is, to some degree. But for Hurt Locker, he actually was embedded with a bomb squad unit, and then I'm sure he did plenty of research
Yeah.
for Zero Dark 30 as well. But he's clearly
Dedicated.
and loves detail, which is something I love. And so there's a lot of detail in his writing.
Have read a lot of stuff about the hunt for Bin Laden and the amount of
Yeah, I have
fact
as well. Yeah.
that was in that film was just astounding. I mean,
Yeah.
it was so well researched, so well researched, and a lot of the events, like the bombing at the CIA facility in the middle of the film, that was an actual event that happened. And so it's just, I mean, the amount of, that's why I think I like her film so much, is because Mark Bowl and the writing and the research that he puts into it.
Because I mean, I love I think it's very interesting in terms of the Al Qaeda dynamics with the U.S. and everything about Bin Laden, and as well as the Iraq War is very interesting to me. And so I've done a lot of reading, and so I know it seems very, although the Hurt Locker, of course, the action is kind of ridiculous in terms of what the character does, but in terms of detail of how characters are portrayed and how they act is very interesting. And it's the same thing for Detroit, too, so. Although I know not nearly as much about Detroit as her past two films.
Well, I would imagine this is probably the most difficult film to research because of chronologically how far removed we are from the actual events.
The woman played by I don't remember her name. The woman played by Gilly from Game of Thrones. The one with the darker hair, whatever, she was on set every day. Basically, one of the two women in the motel was on set every day.
Oh, really?
Yeah. And I think they talked to the person John Boyega plays, and the guy, the singer, they talked to him a bunch. And I think he sang with the guy playing him for the song that they play at the credits.
Hannah Murray. She played Julie, the
Hannah
dark hair,
Murray.
the brunette.
Yes, she's also British. So, yeah.
Yeah, so I mean, I do really like the writing, and I think, I mean, if every once in a while, and there's, not in this film, I guess, but in maybe her past two, there's a little bit of clunky dialogue at times, but I think he's still one of the most interesting writers working, or screenwriters working today, and I think Detroit is definitely a good example.
He reminds me of Aaron Sorkin.
Yeah.
The next Aaron Sorkin.
Yeah.
Speaking of which, but that's later.
Yeah. Soon to come.
Oh, yeah. Sorry.
And so, yeah, the script is great. All the performances are fantastic, aside from Poulter.
Yeah.
I liked Will Poulter. I thought he did a great job.
I thought he was good. Again, his physicality was a little at odds, but I guess that's part of the whole spooky thing about it. Is,
and maybe when I rewatch it, maybe I'll keep that in mind, and maybe I'll like it more.
It's also interesting. Like, ensemble pieces are huge now. Like like Dunkirk, like there's no main character, or whatever. And I think this was the same way, but it worked really well. Like, they just showed each different person's personalities.
Yeah,
and how
but the thing is, then what's confusing is then you get the extended end with the main singer guy.
Yeah.
You know, it's like, here we'll take this broad scope.
Well,
and then
it also started with him, though.
The interesting thing about it is given what happened to him, and I guess his sort of racial anxieties that were left over. The interesting thing about that is that he had suffered so much at the hands of Will Poulter and his little goon squad, all of whom were obviously white. But the cop that found him,
that was another thing I
I
really appreciated about the movie.
and so I appreciated that it wasn't just, you mentioned broad strokes earlier, and in some senses there are, but again, it seemed as though people are people.
Exactly.
They're fallible, and you
he
have
took off his helmet.
good
and
and bad
said,
white people. You know, you have black people who made some poor choices, and then others who I thought it was really heart wrenching. The one young black man who was there with the singer.
Oh God,
and
that's
he was
what I'm
the most
talking about.
Forthright,
Exactly.
upstanding, and he didn't
was the
want to
character.
lie about this, and he said,
Yeah.
I see the dead guy on the floor. I can't lie about this. This is what has happened, and he's killed because of it.
Spoiler.
He's the guy I was really with the whole time.
Yeah. Oh yeah. He's kind of the one you relate to the most, probably.
Yeah.
Or at least
he's
feel for the most.
You feel for the most.
They set him up as the innocent, naive one.
Well, he's what everybody wants to be.
Yeah.
He's what because he's so
Good.
He's so pure.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. But no, I agree. I like that too. A lot of movies, it makes me mad. And this goes through lots of things. Like feminist movies, all men are evil. I hate that. right? That's what I didn't like about Ghostbusters. Actually, the remake, all men are either stupid or evil.
And which remake?
Ghostbusters,
Oh yeah.
like that kind of thing. So it goes through like a wide spectrum of minorities and blah blah. But in this movie, like you said, like people are just people. Like there are
Yeah.
good white people and bad white people. There are good black people and bad black people. And it's just the way it is. And I like the.
Yeah.
I think this movie did a better job of that because it made it more realistic. You just see the every side. You see where everybody's coming from. Well, unless you're a nutcase, I didn't see
Yeah.
where he was coming from, but you see where
Yeah,
almost
that's-
everybody's coming from. And like he said, they talk about there's like PTSD, like they're dealing with it. The people who live after deal with PTSD, and like they say like they're scared of the cops more than they're scared of white people. So,
Yeah.
yeah.
Well, there's an issue that I guess came from this when the movie came out. That I guess there was some people upset about it. Do you all have an issue with a white filmmaker telling a black story like this?
No.
No, I think if the story is told well, then I think
Yeah.
I think this
Yeah,
story
I mean,
is told.
I don't have
That
an issue either, but
that
there's
statement almost in and of itself kind of I think is like defeats the purpose. It's
Yeah.
like, the point
Yeah.
is that we're all just people and empathy is vital and blah blah blah. And I don't think there's anything
Yeah.
wrong with.
I think
yeah. I think for the most part, it's not.
I do agree that okay, there should be a lot more opportunities for black writers, black directors, black actors, or any ethnicity.
Yeah.
It doesn't necessarily have to be black, but I think any ethnicity. That being said, why should one person's story only be sort of specific to their?
Yeah. Well, frankly,
You know, I-
it's a story of like morality. So
Yeah.
I don't see why. And it's not like there weren't. I didn't hear much about that. I didn't know that was a thing.
Yeah,
Like it's not like. Yeah.
And I mean, I remember reading.
Also, they decided to develop the story. It's not like they were given the. This isn't like old Hollywood. Like they were like, you're gonna go write a movie about boats, and somebody else is gonna direct this movie about boats, and then we're all done.
Yeah.
Like they chose to develop the story, and spend years on it, and blah blah. And there's nothing.
Yeah.
I don't see that as a
I mean, it
problem
was.
with that.
I mean, I saw a few news stories, but there's also on I can't remember his name, but one of the reviewers on Roger Ebert's movies, he really enjoyed the movie, but he took issue with a white person portraying or showing this story, or showing a black story, and so it's clearly, I think at least some people are being affected by it in one way or the other. I mean, I think that Catherine Bigelow did just a good a job as any, really. But do you think it would have been more interesting if Spike Lee had directed it, or
I think other directors would have had very different takes on it, and I think what Catherine Bigelow did was, again, working with Mark Bowl, brought a lot of well-researched, well-thought out, and incredibly nuanced writing and direction to it. And the thing about Detroit is, I don't, if it was 12 Years a Slave directed by Catherine Bigelow, that's one thing. I couldn't see that. Steve McQueen.
I
That's a
hate
Steve
Steve
McQueen.
McQueen.
yeah, we were talking about that before.
You have to watch
He
Hunger.
hates- No, she's seen
Seen
it.
it about
seen it?
2,000 times.
Oh, it's so remarkable.
Shame is my favorite though.
I haven't seen
It's
Shame.
fantastic.
You haven't seen it?
Really?
It's so good.
Man, oh man. 12 Years a Slave is my favorite out of the three.
It's that's rough.
Yeah.
I couldn't.
It
I
is
mean,
That's even rougher than this, probably.
I don't know, man. This touched me more.
No.
Like the whipping scenes and all that.
Well, that's the
This did
thing
it
is,
more for me, honestly.
I was
Yeah.
working in the lobby at the Chelsea for the 4, 5, 6 weeks that we had 12 Years a Slave, and it was 2.5 hours sitting in the lobby, and every 10, 15 minutes
Hearing the.
hearing a whipping.
That's my impression.
Oh, it was painful.
Yeah.
It was painful.
Yeah.
I mean, the film was. I mean, it was an important story to be told, but.
Yeah, it's brutal.
I still feel dirty even just talking, but even just thinking about it.
Yeah.
But I mean, a film like that, a film dealing directly with slavery, I think it would have been difficult for a white director to deal with that. But with Detroit, because it's a civil rights issue, And yes, race is the key factor in that, but again, it's more recent in everybody's memory. It's again, it's a civil rights issue rather than necessarily just like a slavery memory, which is something that
I mean, it's dealing with both sides,
yeah,
blacks and whites, and everyone just
trying to think of how
involved, you know?
to articulate this without sounding like a complete asshole. That's the difficult part. But I think Detroit, again, it is a story that could be told by a white director, and I think Catherine Bigelow did a really spectacular job with it. And I think, again, the fact that she addresses the complexity, the nuance of everybody, regardless of race. And I think it's, by the same token, I think it's important that there are directors, white directors who are willing to take on these stories, and it shows sort of the universal impact of these things.
Yeah,
It's not,
exactly.
it's not strictly,
exactly.
this is a problem for all of us,
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Particularly now.
particularly now.
Yeah. Yeah. It's. Yeah, I mean, it's definitely. If you want to go see an intense movie, this is definitely one of the more intense ones of the year, for sure. No, I mean, not necessarily in a good way. I mean, it's very hard to watch, and so be warned if you. But it's definitely worth watching.
It's definitely worth it.
Yeah, definitely
It's-
worth watching it in one way or the other.
I would say it's a must-see.
Yeah.
It's an
Yeah.
absolute must-see. I mean, it's
And it's not just because of the subject, like the pertinence of the subject matter. It's also just a really
it's
good
a
movie.
really well-made film. Yeah. Thank you. I was just gonna say that exactly. Is
Well, good thing I cut you off then.
no, I mean it's the subject matter is incredibly important, and it is a really well-made film. So it's worth watching on all fronts
Yeah.
for all reasons.
I did really like that first scene in the Algiers motel with the gun, and it's
Yeah.
where you think one
Oh,
thing is
that
gonna
guy was
happen.
my favorite. The guy with the green jacket. I'll look him up.
Oh, yeah?
I thought he was great.
Oh yeah, but you think one thing's gonna happen and it's the opposite, and and then it all starts kind of from there,
Yeah. It's the whole thing. It's just a weird situation, and it's a joke that gets out of hand.
Yeah.
And I don't know. I mean, it's so unsettling. The whole thing is just so unsettling.
Yeah.
So, but brilliant film.
Yeah. I'm trying to think if there's much else. Okay, I mean, because I'm like a week removed from it at least now.
I saw it yesterday. You saw it yesterday, Braden?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think I saw it.
Literally cried during the movie and then had a genuine. I had to wait to drive. I had like a panic attack after
Really?
the movie.
Yeah.
Yeah, because all the stuff that's. Yeah.
I'm pretty
I'm
sure I
getting
was.
hot now.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure I was when I was driving. I was shaking a little bit.
Yeah.
It's
Gosh.
it's definitely very intense. and
It's
brutal.
really intense. It's a really rough film.
Yeah.
But one thing I was curious about, the little animated vignette, the little
That's what I meant when I
5-minute
said the beginning.
Oh,
yeah.
I didn't
Yeah.
like that
I
much.
said, what the heck is this?
I wasn't quite sure what to make. I mean, I understood
It is
sort of a little history lesson about how the demography of inner city.
Yeah, which I'm okay with, but just visually, I did not like it.
It might
very
be
much.
something. I might be a. I don't know. I might just not be educated enough to understand why they put it in.
Yeah, it just felt a little unnecessary, particularly the visual style of it.
Well, I thought. See, it's interesting because I think I could be wrong. I should check this just to verify. But I think the artist that did that is a well-known black artist who did all of the animated vignettes at the beginning of the film. But it was strange. It was a bit jarring to see a very condensed version of the history of American cities. Because that's what it was essentially. It was how the demography of inner cities, these large inner city sort of urban areas, became predominantly black. And it's important, but at the same time, a little 5-minute animated vignette
Yeah.
to convey that seems a bit.
I thought it was kind of interesting because when I was watching it, I was like, oh, this is like what they showed us in like elementary school about.
Yeah.
Obviously less extreme or traumatic things, but like, I was like, well, the tagline's "It's time you knew," so they're like strapping you in for a history lesson.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I guess. I don't know.
Yeah.
This is the kind of thing I would show in my class if I was like a high school history teacher, and then I'd probably get fired. But I'd still show
Kids
it
would
for
be so
sure.
horrified that, yeah.
Yeah, I'd still show it.
Detroit?
Yeah.
Really?
I mean, it definitely would be a good one to show.
I showed a couple of classes, Hotel Rwanda.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, I saw that in class. Yeah.
And
Did you? Man.
I showed them Dr. Strangelove too, which is still
Yeah,
my
we
favorite
watched
film.
that in my
Yeah.
history class.
Nice.
That obviously is not nearly as controversial
Right.
or heart-wrenching as Detroit.
Did you watch Fury Road? Did you show Fury Road in class?
No.
You should. That's the film to
No.
watch. Just watch Mad Max.
Just watch Mad Max.
Fury Road, yeah.
Well, if I were teaching a feminist issues course, perhaps, but
Yeah. Darn.
no, I wasn't teaching feminist
Darn.
theory. So
Well, there's always next year. Yeah. Okay. Well, any other thoughts about Detroit, y'all?
no, go watch it. As an American, everybody has
As
an
a
obligation.
human being.
As a human being, everybody has an
It
obligation.
is
Yeah, I
weird.
agree.
It's been getting so little press, and
Yeah,
it's
I know.
financially it's not doing well.
Well,
Like I said,
see-
it's in the smallest. It was in the small. You know how they have those teeny 3 little theaters? It
Yeah.
was in one of those the whole time.
Yeah.
Because you want to know why? You want to know my take on this? And this
Sure.
is what I kind of wanted to discuss. And this has been
He was
Generally
trying to
the-
hold back,
Lay it
but
on.
it didn't
generally,
work.
well, generally the critics I think have liked this, but it hasn't gotten the glowing praise that say Hurt Locker or Zero Dark 30 did. And I'll tell you
But
why.
it's not patriotic.
Because it's not patriotic.
It is very dour, and so it's like, it's basically the opposite,
Well,
really. You know.
Hurt Locker was not necessarily patriotic, but it's
No.
not as immediate, should we say?
Well, it is interesting.
as
'cause
Detroit.
People go to movies to like escape or whatever, right?
Yeah.
But the point, or at least I think, which is one of the reasons I don't love like slasher movies and stuff. I think films are supposed to be made to, because you're communicating to all these people across the world, and I think they're supposed to mean something.
Mm-hmm.
And I think, yeah, but it's hard for people, I guess. But that's why I said I'd show it in schools, because I think people
Yeah.
probably, not to condemn people or anything like that, but I feel like a large majority of the people who would go see us in theaters are not super the ones who need to watch it.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
The people that it would have the most impact on.
Yeah.
are not the people
Exactly.
who would
I mean, I'd say
self-select into-
especially now, I don't think you could find anyone who would, after Charlottesville, say, "Hey, you want to go see this movie called Detroit?"
Yeah, exactly.
You know, it's
I
just
know.
like,
Oh my god, my best friend Allie had no idea what it was about, and I tried to.
Really?
I tried to warn her. I was like, "So I have to see this movie for my," because she's just here for the weekend. So, my other best friend Kaylee and I were all going to go see a movie, and my best friend Kaylee is very active in this kind of thing, and she's very religious, and anything that hurts people, she's very outwardly against.
Yeah.
And Allie is too, but she's also like, she worked at Disney for like a year through school. She's very like happy and poppy and everything.
Yeah.
And she was like, "Yeah, I'll go along." And then she's like, "John Boyega, like from Star Wars."
Oh,
I was
good.
like, uh huh.
so it turns out,
So she's a little more sheltered.
she was not expecting what she done
Yeah.
got.
yeah,
That's a bit of cold water.
Yeah.
yeah.
And I was like, "Are you sure you want to see?" She's like, "Yeah, of course." And I was like, "Okay,
Okay.
All right, you're
let's go."
I think that's what it is though. Is this film forces Americans to really take a look at how
Yeah.
far have we come with regard to these things? Because I mean,
Yeah.
a year, 2 years ago, and I can't even remember all the incidents of all the.
There's been a lot.
There's been a lot.
Yeah,
A
like
lot.
what's the one? Was it in Michigan or
Well, there was the one that was in Flint, Michigan.
I think that's what I'm thinking of.
Or not, I'm sorry, Flint was where the,
Flint's got all kinds of problems.
it wasn't Michigan, it wasn't, Flint, Michigan was where the water
The water.
pipes
Right.
were lead poisoning, I think, something like that. So there
Still
was
is.
toxic
They
water,
still
but
have
it was,
still going on.
where was it, Missouri?
I think that's the one in Missouri. Yeah.
It was just outside of, and then there's been all kinds of other episodes.
Well,
It
here
was-
in our
Yeah, in our very.
Yeah.
in our very own state.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, Daniel, my temporary roommate, also hates North Carolina.
Oh, great.
He's like, people from North Carolina really just seem to like being from North Carolina, and I was like, yeah,
For
well.
better or worse, I'd say.
I was like,
I like being from.
well, he's also never been outside of Chapel Hill, and I was like,
Ooh,
you mean like Chapel
yikes.
Hill people? We like Chapel Hill.
You should go to Mebane,
Yeah,
Efland. Yeah.
yeah.
I mean, because every once in a while you'll see people driving like a pickup truck with a Confederate flag on the back. Honestly.
Oh, all the time,
Yeah,
especially in
around
like
here.
your high. Yeah,
Yeah,
I mean,
oh,
Orange is. I mean, not to call you.
I was-
No. There was.
Henry's high school, like I said, my high school was kind of bad. Henry's high school is terrible.
Yeah, like there would be people
Wow.
going into my school who'd have like Confederate flags on their trucks and.
I was in
Yeah.
Georgia for 7 years.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
That's, yeah.
I got attacked a few times for when people found out I was Jewish, and mostly now,
Really?
like, yeah, when I switched from. Well, actually, it happened in Chapel Hill schools too, but not as much. Like
I can't see that
they
happening in
tried to
Chapel
beat
Hill
me up.
schools.
Yeah, it's
Really?
at Sewell Elementary School.
Gee,
Because
Just
you were
once.
Jewish?
Elementary school?
Yeah, in elementary school.
Jesus.
Just once, but then it happened a bunch more when I went to Hillsborough schools. And my best friend Mary and I drove home from school every day together in her car, and she had like liberal bumper stickers, and we got these guys with like Confederate flag stickers and stuff on their trucks, like followed us home
Jeez.
and like surrounded us like Mad Max style.
Yeah.
Like on all sides, and it was the most terrifying thing.
Yeah. Oh my
Ever.
God, Chloe. I'm sorry. You had
Oh,
to
it's
deal with
okay. It was crazy.
that. Oh, it's okay.
I'm fine with it.
It was just
I'm not
nuts.
fine with it.
It's just nuts, man. But yeah.
Jeez, man. I'm really sorry. It's.
Oh, that's okay. That's not why I said it.
And see,
not
that's
why
the
I
funny
said
thing. That's the funny thing about it. This is what drives me nuts about all these Trump supporters is they all go out and you can't censor what I'm saying. I have every right to go out, and that's the thing is they were talking about Richard Spencer, right? Who's the head of one of the most prominent white supremacist nationalist movements
yeah.
out there today, and Florida. Yay, go Florida! One of the universities in Florida. And I'm applauding them because they said absolutely not. You booked all this time to come speak
right.
here,
I know
and
what you're talking about.
they
Yeah.
turned him down. They said no, you can't.
Yeah.
They said no, you can't because, and this gets to the pith of why I generally try to support free speech and if these guys want to have a rally, okay. And people are welcome to go have a counter rally, which is what happened in Charlottesville. But the problem is now I'm getting to the point that I don't, I'm still a big believer in free speech. But the problem with the free speech that they tend to practice is they
It's
to go
violent.
and they incite violence.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And they're preaching hate.
They're
Yeah.
preaching
racism.
hate and inciting violence.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so no wonder the anti-protesters were violent.
Yeah,
You're
exactly.
hating against other people.
Well, if you see pictures of the rally, there were white supremacist groups there, there were like militia groups.
Yeah. I
Yeah,
know.
yeah.
I know
Full
it. Well, that's
battle
what they're
dress,
into. It's the same
flak
thing.
jackets,
It goes back to this movie.
automatic weaponry.
That's
They were
like what they're into. It's like
they were walking around in the streets with automatic weaponry. I'm like, how is this not
Yeah.
inciting violence?
That's like. Have you seen Imperium? You
That-
gotta-
I haven't, but I
You
need
need
to.
it, especially now. You have
Oh
to
yeah,
watch that
that's
movie.
what I thought of that a few days ago.
I've
That's
been
crazy
thinking of Imperium
how
the entire time.
that's crazy how I had
I've been thinking about that movie the entire time. Everybody should go, especially like I said, movies are very good for communication. You should watch Imperium.
Yeah, with
Now I wanna
Daniel
go see
Radcliffe.
that.
Yeah, I have the
Yeah.
disc if you want to watch it.
That is an interesting thing though about a black director. Like it was written by a Jewish person and Daniel Radcliffe's Jewish, blah blah.
Mm-hmm.
But I really don't think it's relevant. Like I can speak for this one, right? I would not be offended if Daniel Radcliffe was not if the character
Right.
wasn't played by a Jewish person, if it
Sure.
was written by a Jewish person, because the point is like you're supposed to care about people. Like if things
Yeah.
are happening that are bad.
Mm-hmm.
Like I would not. I'm sure it's happened because there are countless of them.
Yeah.
But like I'm not gonna be upset if there's a Holocaust movie written by a non.
Like
Jewish-
Spielberg. Like,
Yeah.
is he Jewish?
His name is Spielberg.
Well,
Yes.
Duh.
can we confirm this?
Duh.
Yeah, feel free.
I'm with you there. I mean, I guess everybody would. Oh, I'm white man.
Yeah.
And I'm a privileged. But the point is.
But you shouldn't be judged for that either. If you
Well,
care
I
about
haven't. Yeah, exactly. I'm not
Yeah.
validated because of who I am,
Exactly.
and that's the thing is I want to know I haven't.
Which
had,
I think this movie.
Damn it.
Yeah,
I haven't
of
had
course
to-
he is.
I know. I was just
But
making
also,
sure.
I think this
Just
movie
making
did a
sure.
really good job of that too. Like I said, like the like a majority of the policemen, the nurses, whatever, were good people. It just is a few. Yeah.
I mean that's that's the thing is I haven't actually had to suffer under any of this myself.
Right.
And I'm not saying that I want to suffer under it because
Right.
suffering is bad.
But you don't want anybody to.
But I don't want anybody to, and if anybody wants to talk to me and explain this to me, and if there's any way that I can help, then that's,
Yeah, exactly.
you know, and then I think that's what's important about these about film as a
Yeah.
medium for expressing these things, is to get these issues out there and start getting people to talk about them, and that's why I like Detroit so much.
There's that.
Yeah.
In terms of people saying or coming off as white supremacists or something like that, and then saying, "Oh no, that's not me. I'm not actually
Oh, I
racist."
know.
There's
Like
this
that
guy.
dude, the guy from Reno, who's in the pictures.
Oh yeah. That's what I was just gonna talk about. So there's this guy on Twitter called Yes You're Racist, I think is his name, and he's had it for a couple years, but he's been like.
He's had a busy week.
Yeah, he's been
Yeah, really.
going through photos and identifying some of the white supremacists at the rally, and he did incorrectly identify a few people, but he has gotten up two people, one whose family publicly disowned
Oh,
him.
that was sad though.
No, it's not. He's a white. He's a
I know,
Nazi.
but that's the problem. That's why the people go to. I know this is not really a movie podcast right
No,
now.
it's okay.
But that's what people. That's why people go to those things because they feel like they don't belong anywhere else and they're mad about it.
I don't know if I have much sympathy. But it's like this guy was publicly disowned because he was at this. He was marching with torches and in Charlottesville, and he argued.
Tiki torches.
Yeah.
You
yeah.
have to say tiki torches because
Ti-
it's my favorite fact about the whole thing.
Yeah, so
They
lame.
were marching with tiki torches.
Yes.
Yeah, through
Well, they didn't want mosquitoes.
That's
Yeah.
true.
I mean, if you're a white supremacist, those mosquito bites are really going
I
to show
know,
up
yeah.
on your alabaster skin.
But he argued, like he said, "Yeah, but I'm not that angry racist you see in the photo."
Yeah.
And it's like, no, you can't.
Yeah, but you were
You were marching at the front of a white
Dang.
supremacist
You had your
rally.
tiki torch.
Yeah. And it's, yeah.
He
Dude,
had his tiki torch.
I actually just watched a video last night that it was on Facebook of this woman who was in a just regular suburban area. I don't think it was near Charlottesville, and a guy had a Nazi flag,
Yeah.
like a big one hanging off of his house.
Yeah.
Really?
Like a house like what we're in now. And she went up and talked to him, and he was just the most, like, backwards guy of all time. Like, he was saying, because this is Nazi fucking America. And I'm like, oh my God.
What?
Yeah, and he had this huge flag just in a suburban area. It's like,
I don't get what?
I can't get people.
That
Well,
just
if you don't-
confuses me.
Yeah, you just have to have some understanding. You don't know what they've been exposed to. Like if you're exposed to nothing but that your whole life.
Oh yeah, I'm not saying some people just are brought up in such a bad place they can't help it, but
I mean,
that's-
okay, yeah, but at the same time, there has never been nearly as much access to information as there is
That's
now.
true. That's a fair point.
Unfortunately, a lot of it's fallacious, and that damn liberal media and their
Yeah.
alternative facts and all that, whatever. But
the alt left.
yeah,
Yeah, the
alt-left.
violent alt left.
Yeah.
We're so
Thanks, Trump. Thanks.
yeah, because you see
His
all
daughter
those.
must be pissed.
Oh yeah, because she's
She's
Jewish. Yeah, and because I don't see how he could say those things knowing that.
You know
but-
his dad was in the KKK.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
Trumps.
Great,
Yeah.
great. I love this guy. every day more love for him.
Anyway.
Yeah. All right. Well, we took a slight detour.
Bit of a left turn there.
Yeah. a left turn.
Very left.
Yeah.
The leftist turn.
Far left. So let's give star ratings for Detroit.
Everybody's looking at me. I'm gonna go 4.5 out of 5. I think it was stronger than 4, not quite 5. Could have used from a bit of editing in terms of the setup and the wind down. The center part of the film though was so taut, so edge of the seat, white knuckle kind of ride. It was spectacular. So I definitely 4.5 out of 5.
4 for me.
I give it a 5. I liked that format. I thought it was like, it started out, it was zoomed out, it zoomed in, it zoomed back out. I liked it.
So the symmetry to the whole thing.
Yeah. All right. Well, let's get into our review with that done of
Yay!
her other film, Point Break.
I can make fun of movies now.
Let's
On to lighter fare.
let's take a listen to a clip.
I know. This is where you tell me all about how locals rule and yuppie insects like me shouldn't be surfing the break and all that, right?
Nope. That would be a waste of time.
We're just gonna fuck you up.
So, Point Break from 1991 is also directed by Catherine Bigelow and stars Keanu Reeves, Patrick Swayze, and Gary Busey. And the plot synopsis is an FBI agent goes undercover to catch a gang of surfers who may be bank robbers.
Baby.
Yeah. So, Chloe, you hadn't seen this. I hadn't seen it for a long time, but you hadn't seen this before, right? So,
No.
What'd you think?
Oh, well, it was not great.
Oh, really?
No, I did not like it. No, Keanu Reeves. I want to love him. I want to love Keanu so badly.
I know.
He seems like such a sweet man, and I like his face and stuff. But he's such a bad actor. When he's running towards Gary Busey, and he's like, no.
Yeah. So the thing is, I hadn't seen this for a while.
There's so many moments. There's so many quotable moments. That's like, I'm gonna watch it again because I want to be able to quote how bad Keanu Reeves is. But I like him.
Yeah, it's. I had remembered very little about this movie. I'm not even sure if I'd seen it all the way through, but I did enjoy it overall. But Keanu Reeves, I know he has his defenders out there. I don't know for whatever reason. Like one of my friends loves him and loves The Matrix and
Is
something.
it Jacob?
It is Jacob. It's
Knew it.
It's Jacob number 2, not Jacob from last week. The other Jacob.
The first Jacob?
No, the other Jacob.
The second.
other Jacob.
You haven't met this Jacob.
Okay.
Another.
Who was your friend that was on the first friend that was
Jacob.
Jacob.
Oh wait, no. Paul was.
Paul.
Paul was.
Thank you.
Paul was on over from Texas.
I never met
Because
Paul.
Jacob I remember
No.
from last week, but Paul was
Yeah,
the one that was on.
yeah. He was just. I think he was on episode maybe 3, and he was on over
Yeah.
Skype, and so you weren't with us yet. But, anyways, so I mean, I guess if you have a defense of him, that's fine. But he
seems
is so terrible in this.
Yeah, he's awful.
It's hard. It's brutal to watch
Yeah.
him.
Well, also some of the some of the dialogue's pretty crap too, though.
Yeah.
In his defense.
Well,
but
I mean, it's Keanu Reeves is Neo and Bill/Ted, whichever
Also-
he was.
And John Wick.
also the voice
Well,
of
John Wick
Keanu
now,
in the
but-
movie Keanu. By
Whoa.
Pio.
But like any time he's has to emote, which is a fair bit in this movie, comes off as so fake and
What?
insincere.
What?
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Like-
my favorite thing is how he makes fun of the surfer bros, but like that's what he sounds like.
yeah.
That's what he is.
Yeah.
I mean, Keanu is basically a surfer bro.
Yeah. But like when he's saying, "Get your hands off me."
Yeah, exactly.
Or when he's talking to Tyler, which is the love interest in the movie, he's like, "Oh, why can't I ever say what I mean?" And it's just like, and it's no, the writing for the
Why
character,
can't I ever say what I mean?
and it's
Keanu Reeves is now Hillbilly Podunk.
yeah,
Literally, my favorite part though is the note. Did you see that part, Brayden? He's running across the air.
Oh, he's like,
Whatever. Yeah, he's like, it's so funny.
yeah, he's he's really bad, and
Because it's not even like affected. Like sometimes they're like, no, it's like slow motion and stuff. He's literally, you just see him charging, yelling no. I'm obsessed with it.
I really wish I could remember more of the lines, but he's just
know.
Just has these dead eyes.
Yeah.
It's like it's just he's so uninteresting, so bland. And I hate saying that because I think he has his time and place. Like he's okay in John Wick, but it just not in
I
this.
enjoyed him in Bill and Ted.
Oh right.
He's like, shoot, what's Mulder's real name?
Oh,
David Duchovny. He's like David Duchovny's like brother who got dropped when he was little.
And so he's by far my biggest issue with the movie.
Gary Busey's bad too.
Yeah. Oh God.
I mean, the cast. I'm sorry, Patrick Swayze didn't do much for me.
Really? I thought he was good.
He just stand around and like does his little
Well,
squinty-eyed scowl thing with his feathered blonde
Yo,
hair.
what's up with his hair?
you're
Yeah,
missing
right?
you're missing the spiritual part of the surf, man.
His hair.
I loved his hair. I thought his hair was awesome.
Like Hugh Jackman in Chappie, and this.
the mullet.
The mullet.
He needed the khaki pants.
Yeah, they're rivals for best hair in a movie.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Yeah, what is Hugh Jackman in his hair? He had to go from Wolverine to Chappie.
Sorry.
Who's your stylist?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, the whole cast.
But
and-
Gary Busey, like, there's those actors who are kind of grisly and a little maybe gross at times, but you still find them captivating
How did
at
he get
times.
famous? I've never seen anything before.
I haven't either.
I just knew he was
And,
on Celebrity Apprentice.
he's
Who is this?
Gary
Gary
Busey.
Busey.
Oh.
The guy with the teeth and the crazy.
Yeah, go look at his mugshot.
Okay. Yeah. Oh, I know he's had some issues
That's
there.
what he's best known for. I think he was picked up on a DUI, probably
Yeah.
one of many.
But he's like,
Sorry.
he comes off, he's just so gross and like
is gross.
terrible
Well,
looking.
I
And
feel like if the
Gary
movie...
Busey has done some really. I mean, he was in Hotel Rwanda. He played the UN commander.
Was
in
he?
Hotel
Oh,
Rwanda.
I've forgotten.
Yeah, he played the hotel.
He's got
the,
nothing on Don.
Well,
Cheadle.
I mean,
The cheetah.
who does?
Cheed.
The Cheedster. Don Cheadle. Don Cheadle's awesome.
Oh, he is.
Sorry, he's just awesome.
Cheetah.
The Ocean's films.
Oh, he's great in that.
Yeah.
Or them. Yeah.
Trying to remember what else.
Gary
He was in
Busey.
Traffic, wasn't he? So
Yeah.
another Soderbergh, yeah.
He didn't... Have you watched the show?
He was in Out of Sight as well.
Yeah, he was awesome in Out of Sight as Snoopy.
I haven't watched House of Lies yet.
House
Though.
of Lies is good. I like
haven't
Kristen
seen
Bell.
that.
I like that show a lot.
Yeah, I should see that.
Yeah.
I have to add that on the
But
list of crap I need to see.
He's yeah.
It keeps growing by day,
Yeah.
by the day. I've been meaning
Handwritten
to
on the
watch
refrigerator. Crap I
Westworld.
need to see.
Yeah.
Crap I need to see.
But he's just so gross in this, and it's just his outfits. I mean, no, his outfits are kind of they're kind of like a I guess meant to be a joke, but he's an FBI agent. But
And he's supposed to be like a seasoned FBI agent too.
but he's walking around in like tropical shirts, and which is
My mom has those linen pants he
Yeah.
was wearing.
Oh really? But I mean, it's like that's funny in a way. Maybe on a different actor, that would be more.
Yeah, it could have been.
But
yeah.
his character is just so tiring and
Dang.
grotesque.
I keep thinking.
And he's terrible.
When I was watching it, when I was
just
watching it,
awful.
I kept thinking, wow, this could be a really good movie if everything was different about it.
Oh, yeah.
But then there's a new one that I started watching by accident that I also got on Amazon.
Oh, I
by
heard the
accident.
new one was awful. So.
Really, I like the guy in it.
Edgar Ramirez?
No, Max something. Eddie Ramirez, I like too.
Hmm.
Is Eddie Ramirez the same person as Edgar Ramirez?
Edgar Ramirez, yeah.
Is that the same person as Eddie Ramirez? Maybe.
Anyways, so I mean, so the first half of the movie for me was not crazy about. It just felt way too long.
I liked the first scene was my favorite.
What's the very first?
Or not the
thing?
first scene, not the shooting, but the part where he goes into the FBI, whatever, and he's with the guy from Scrubs.
Oh right.
John McGinley, yeah.
Yeah.
John
He's in this,
McGinley was
yeah.
the strongest part of the movie.
Yeah. Oops, sorry. And he, it just not very good performances, not much action. But then the second half of the movie, I actually thought was pretty good. There's a really great foot chase that's amazing, I thought. And you get the classic, yeah, like bang, 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 yeah.
Keanu, I feel like he probably was actually going bang, 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 bang.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They feature it in Hot Fuzz briefly,
Yeah.
and where he can't shoot, so he throws the
Oh,
gun.
that's right.
And I thought that foot chase was awesome. I liked some of the suspense in the other scenes and how the rest of the movie played out. Although I did think it had multiple endings for sure. Like there's the bank robbery, then there's the the skydiving, then there's the resolution with
I
Tyler,
just thought the whole movie was stupid.
and then there's the fight scene at the ocean. Sorry, I got an email. And
It's Daniel.
Daniel's here. No, it's the
I'm
Regal.
listening to your
It's
show.
the Regal.
Yeah.
It's the Regal Crown Club.
You belong to that? What kind of perks you get?
Oh, it's actually pretty nice. So you get.
You get free Reese's Pieces? That's all I care
Oh,
about.
actually, I'm up for a free popcorn or a drink right now. But the thing is, you build up credits, and they actually have like 27x40 posters that you can order offline for like
Really?
for like
Really?
a couple bucks.
Wow.
And there's other merchandise and shit, and so it's like I got a poster of something. I have, or a couple posters actually upstairs that I got from this place that cost me like nothing at all besides going to the movie theater, obviously. But it's actually pretty nice. So all you listeners out there, sign up for Regal Crown Club.
Really not interested in their popcorn, though.
The Chelsea has really good popcorn.
Yeah,
we do.
Oh,
The
I
maple
mean, I
with
never
butter.
really get popcorn or anything, anyways, and so
Yeah, me neither.
I don't drink soda, and I don't eat anybody's popcorn except the Chelsea.
and they don't have seltzer water like the Chelsea does. So
They don't?
No.
I mean, it's just
Or,
a
I mean,
little tab.
I'm afraid to ask.
Wait, you guys don't bring in your own snacks?
No, I'm not an
And
animal.
drink?
No, that's wrong.
Yeah.
Don't do that. Don't do
I
that.
don't do it at the Chelsea. I do it at Silver Spot.
Well, that I can understand, but
I bring in,
still,
like,
me
seltzer.
personally, I still wouldn't.
I bring in
work in a movie
a.
theater.
I bring in a Perrier. I recycle it, and I'm not a monster. I don't like smash the bottle on the ground as I'm leaving.
I'm done.
I'm done. Mazel tov, out of here.
I just get a Perrier.
All right. Well, I guess that's not.
In
as-
Peru,
Yeah.
and French fries, and French toast. Name the movie. Come on, anybody. You guys.
40-year-old virgin.
No. God, you guys are
The
too.
Emoji
you guys
Movie?
you guys are way too young to even probably know who this is.
What? What is it?
Better Off Dead. You ever seen that?
No.
John Cusack.
Yeah, I've seen it.
Who's the guy, the actor that played Booger? Curtis Armstrong. Curtis Armstrong. He played Booger from Revenge of the Nerds.
Oh.
I've seen that too.
No, but there's a scene in the 40-year-old virgin where Leslie Mann is driving Steve Carell. She's like, "Let's get some fucking French toast." And it's I think of that scene.
No, Better Off Dead. John Cusack is a down on his luck high school student, and sort of young, attractive French exchange student moves in across the street, and his family
Naturally.
has her over for dinner, and his mom is so clueless she makes a French meal, which consists of
Classic.
French toast, salad with French dressing, French bread, French
Classic
fries, and they have Perrier to drink, and she pronounces it Peru. You should watch this film. It's brilliant. John Cusack at one point falls into a giant dump truck.
Sounds good.
And then there are a couple black guys, I think the sanitation workers, who see this and they're like, it's a shame people throw it away. Perfectly good white boy. There's some really quotable stuff in the movie. It's hilarious. But everybody should go watch Better Off Dead. Plus, there's a hamburger that does a little Van Halen music interlude. It's awesome. It's awesome. This movie is like the
All right,
best thing
I
ever.
may have to watch this now. Yeah.
Everybody wants some.
Oh yeah.
I hate that movie.
I was
You
crazy.
didn't like that?
I
I
don't
loved
like
it.
it either.
I loved it.
I've never disliked a movie more. And I went with somebody, another Daniel, a much better Daniel, and he really one of his favorite movies is Dazed and Confused, and he hated it too.
I didn't like it. I mean, I like Richard Linklater, but I did not like that.
We all
one.
wanted to walk out, but we were all too polite to say
I
anything
really
to
liked
everybody
it.
else.
I don't know why you guys.
I know a lot of people did.
Well, I
so-
didn't like it. I'm a girl.
Well, I didn't like it.
And Henry's not a girl, and he didn't like it, but still.
Oh, I was actually just
Okay.
imitating you, but
Oh.
well, I didn't like it though. But anyways, what were we talking about? Oh,
I don't know. Anyhow,
but yeah,
Point Break.
The second half of the movie, I was kind of in, even though it was very silly. I thought the action was quite good, but any dialogue is pretty bad. The performances are not great. Patrick Swayze's okay.
Yeah.
He's kind of just goofy enough
He's
that
working with what he got.
yeah.
And I thought the relationship between Keanu and
Tyler.
Lori
no,
Petty.
no, and Bodhi, the Swayze character,
The Swayze character,
or the
yeah.
friendship, I'll say, is
Well-
I actually thought was for an action movie was pretty interesting.
Yes,
Well,
I
that's-
did too. I think it could have been.
That's really the
unusually
only,
good.
Yeah.
That's really the only redeeming factor of the whole film because the action sequences were pretty bland. I mean,
I thought the foot chase through the neighborhood, I really liked that.
it was not bad, but I mean, compared to a lot of the chase, like I'm thinking about the foot chase in Baby Driver,
That's what I was thinking about too.
right? I'm sorry, it's apples and oranges.
I want to see. I would have liked if David Lynch had directed Point Break, and replace Keanu with David Duchovny, and then Gary Busey with literally anybody else, and I'd be in.
Okay.
And I mean, I like the idea of surfers being bank robbers and someone having to be a surfer or going undercover as a surfer. I thought that was just, I mean, it's silly, obviously, but it's at least interesting.
I want to watch the new one now.
I heard it was horrible.
Yeah, I've heard pretty bad
Can't
things
be
about
worse
it.
than the other one.
I think so. Man,
Yeah, it could be. I mean, the thing is that the old Point Break, it was shot in such a way that it sort of captured the whole surf.
Right.
Everything was
Right.
and I liked all the surfing
the
scenes.
aesthetic. Yeah, the aesthetics to it really sort of captured the whole surfer zeitgeist thing. But
That last scene.
Point Break, this new one, I think just goes sort of like the whole super grim, gritty. Everything's like washed out gray
Yeah.
and that kind of thing. I mean, I haven't seen it,
see.
but
I
from
see.
the trailers I saw of it, it's just sort of like grrr, anger.
It looks like a
depressing.
Mountain Dew commercial.
Does it? I haven't watched any Mountain Dew commercials lately.
Oh, well, it does.
Okay.
Also, the fake Australian accents at the end of Point Break. Those are not real Australian accents. My Australian accent is far better than
Who
those.
had an Australian accent?
A bunch of them.
Oh.
In the end,
Which end? Are we talking the bank robbery?
I'm saying the very end of the movie. The last
Where they're
scene
fighting?
of the movie.
Where they're fighting on the beach?
Yeah.
There's only 2 characters.
Did I watch the wrong movie? What are you talking about? All the policemen and everything?
Oh, well, yeah, they come at the very end.
Yeah. I said the last bit of the movie.
Be more specific.
That's
Oh yeah, his last line. He's not coming back.
he tosses the badge away. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's pretty fucking stupid.
Oh, the movie's so bad.
I was surprised that I really was not crazy about the first half. Like, I was really not into it at all, but I did enjoy the second, so I actually enjoyed the movie.
I thought there'd be more lady power since there was a lady director, but I was super wrong.
Well, see, that's the thing is this is when Catherine Bigelow was much younger. I mean, she
Right.
was really young when she did Point Break, and this is early '90s, and I can't help but wonder to what extent this is sort of a, hey, we're gonna give you this opportunity. You're an upcoming director. We're gonna give this to you. Go make this movie. Okay, I don't know what I'm doing, but I'm
Right.
gonna make the movie. And then the studio is just like,
Do this.
no, you can't do this.
Yeah.
And here are the stars you're working with, and you don't
Yeah.
get any choice at all whatsoever in what you're doing. And then it's just kind of like, well, then fuck, why am I here?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But in
You
terms
know?
of action as well, I thought the raid sequence was awesome. On the house? I thought that was really cool.
Except for the needlessly naked women.
Okay, yeah, there's a few naked women, but
For no reason. Also, was that Anthony Kiedis from the Red Hot Chili
it was
Peppers?
Anthony Kiedis from Red Hot Chili Peppers.
This is my favorite. Jew. This is my favorite thing of all.
oh, okay, got that
This is my
clarified.
favorite thing of all time. I love him, and I was glad he was in it. He was the best actor in the movie. When he got shot in the foot,
Ah!
It hurt.
But I mean, I really did like, just in terms of her direction, I thought it was very interesting. And the shootout and then the thing with the lawnmower, you know, I thought that was awesome. So, I thought it was intense. I was like, come on, Keanu. Don't get your face shredded.
Don't get it credit.
You're too pretty.
That's all he has. He needs it.
So, well, yeah, I mean, I was surprised by the end how much I didn't love this movie or anything. It's still at the bottom of Catherine Bigelow's movies that I've seen, which I guess are 4 or 5 now. But, Brandon, well, what'd you think?
It was
Loved
okay.
He loved it.
I mean, it was so indicative of sort of 90s stuff. Undercover cop and he surfing and then he rob banks and wear masks and jump out of plane, you know, and you just kind of go, okay, 90s movie. Mm-hmm. You know, it's a 1991. I mean, the relationship I thought was good, and so it was, in a sense, it was sort of a throwback or reference to some of the John Woo stuff that I've seen, which I can't harp on John Woo films enough. I mean, the stuff that he did, not Face Off, not Broken Arrow, not Mission Impossible 2, none of the just god awful dumpster fire shit that he made in Hollywood, but I mean the actual stuff that he made in Hong Kong, which those films are great. The Killer. Hard Boiled. I'm trying to think of what else he's done. He's done a whole slew of them with Chow Yun-fat, and they were all great. But it sort of harkens to those because of the strength of the relationship between those two main characters, Bodhi and Johnny Utah. Where the fuck did that name come from?
Johnny Utah.
Johnny Utah. Is he a male stripper?
The movie was originally called Johnny Utah.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and then they changed it to Riders of the Storm, like the Doors song, and they're like, well, that has nothing to do with anything.
Awful.
And then they changed it to Point Break.
Awful.
Well, here, I've looked up some quotes.
Yes!
So we were just talking about the Johnny Utah. The name's Johnny Utah. Lose something, bruh?
Yeah.
There's something, bro. Do you even lift, bro?
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, I'm trying to find some more Johnny Utah ones.
Johnny Utah quotes.
It sounds like Tommy Bahama.
Yeah, it's...
Johnny Utah.
Bodhi, this is your wake-up call. I am an FBI agent.
Yeah, I like that one. Bodhi.
Yeah. Ugh.
But still, it doesn't matter, apparently, that he's an FBI agent. He's useless. That's another thing.
So, and something,
Useless.
say again?
Johnny Utah is useless. He's an idiot. He's so stupid.
Yeah.
He literally goes along with an armed robbery.
His love is being...
Oh, for Christ's sake. He can't figure something out?
He's in a truck. And
Can
she's
he
about
not
to be
call
killed.
somebody?
No. No phones, bro.
Oh, I didn't know this.
That's not
Catherine
true.
Bigelow did Strange Days.
Huh.
Ray Fiennes, Angela Bassett, Juliette Lewis. I love that movie. There you go.
But yeah, he's in a truck. No phones. He can't call anybody.
He knew about it like the day before. Did he not? Whatever. He could have figured it out. He's an FBI agent. Just say you have to go to the bathroom and like use a payphone.
Oh, yeah.
Idiot.
They're surfers. They're dummies.
There's something you can figure out.
Yeah.
He was stupid.
Poor guy.
Also, they gave him a gun. Didn't they give him a gun? They just put a gun to all their heads.
They
Oh, they emptied it?
Emptied all the shells. They're smart guys.
I didn't know what that was.
But
he could have figured, I stand by it, he could have figured something out.
one line from this that Bodhi says, "Back off, war child. Seriously."
Yeah. He's good.
Fear causes hesitation, and hesitation will cause your worst fears to come true.
That's Bodhi.
I know.
That was good.
Yeah.
I just think it could have been a good movie.
I mean, I think it could have been shorter.
Oh, I just mean like just redo the whole thing. Which they did.
They did.
They did.
They did.
They did.
And they made it worse.
We might have tried
You're
again.
saying the FBI is going to pay me to learn to surf?
Henry, you're good.
Okay.
I think we've got enough.
So, but yeah, I mean, overall, I liked it. The first, I'm not just gonna keep repeating myself, but I would like to. I'll rewatch it at some point. Maybe if I get the Blu-ray, and maybe stuff in the first half will be a little bit better now that I know where it ends up. But yeah, I mean, it's a decent action movie. I'm not. I know some people hold it in very high regard.
Who?
Braden, doesn't it have like a cult status?
Yeah,
I have a
but
few
not
friends
because
who
it was
love
a
it.
good film.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
No,
yeah.
seriously, because of a lot of the imagery. I mean, the surfing and the outlaw surfing lifestyle, and the scene, the bank robbery scene where they're all in the president masks. Ronald Reagan going in
Yeah.
and shooting the place up, and Nixon, right?
Yeah, I do like how they actually actually use the voices sometimes of the presidents.
Yeah.
Like I'm not the
But it's iconic, not necessarily because of the quality of the film, but just because of sort of the catchphrases, the buzz, the imagery, that kind of thing. And so again, Catherine Bigelow was able to sort of capture a slice of Americana at that point in time. But it really wasn't all that spectacular of a film. Again, the relationship between the two main characters, I think, is interesting, but I mean,
Yeah.
it's not really the depths of that relationship. I don't think are plumbed to the fullest, and it just sort of gets overridden by.
And there's one girl. Her name is Tyler. She's very masculine, and she is the love interest / the one who's kidnapped and does nothing useful in the whole movie.
yeah.
So ultra
And she's
macho,
kidnapped in
super
a
tomboy.
slip. What the heck? What was that? She could put a sweater on. They know her.
What?
Yeah.
She's wearing like a nightgown.
Yeah, because she was probably taken out of her bed.
They know her. They can give her a sweater. She goes with them at like 3 a.m. Remember? They're like, come on. And she's like, oh yeah, they do this. So why couldn't they just give her a sweater and say we're going somewhere? It's irrelevant.
Anyways.
The point is, Catherine, what the heck?
But I think
what the
that's
heck,
thing.
Catherine? Come on.
I think they were, you got to put some TNA in there, and you got to have a gunfight, and you got to do this, and you got to do that. And she was kind of like, well, I don't want to do this, but.
Brayden just really wants to defend Catherine.
Great Catherine.
Well, that's the thing is again because she.
Yeah,
because
he
she
made
was
his voice
younger,
lower to be Catherine Bigelow.
Because
Whoa.
she was.
Yeah.
It might be her first opportunity of directing a feature-length film. I can't find it. Her filmography doesn't cite anything before Point Break. And so, again, this might have been sort of her big chance. And the question is, what kind of leverage did the studio have over her? To what extent did she sort of go along with meddling producers because she wanted the opportunity to make this film, get her name out there, and then go on to do other stuff, which,
Yeah.
which she has.
What she did. She married
So-
James Cameron. Coolest man alive. Best
great
movies
job.
ever.
Good choice there.
But she also
Yeah.
divorced him, so.
Yeah,
That's
she did
pretty
before,
weird.
so-
He's supposed to be an ass.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
You hear he like cursed out Brolin, James
Yeah.
John Brolin,
How- Josh.
Josh.
How
Josh Brolin.
dare you?
Yeah.
He seems like a lovely man.
Baby boy Brolin. Baby boy Brolin.
Right.
yeah.
James was
Baby
Which
Brolin.
yeah, it's like he just seems like a little bit of a baby,
Yeah.
James Cameron?
Yeah.
Jerk
Well,
face.
he's
They're making 4 more Avatar movies.
Which I'm actually kind of excited for.
No.
I am so thoroughly not.
I am.
No.
The first Avatar was a steam
Terrible.
giant pile of
As he says it, a
No.
dumpster fire.
dumpster fire.
Dumpster fire.
shit.
Fire.
Terrible.
Disagree.
Elephant doo-doo.
Yeah, just awful.
Giant steaming
Less
pile
useful.
of elephant
At
doo-doo.
least that can. Anyway, it was terrible.
I'm all for the save the planet thing, but
Yeah.
giant native Dayglow blue cat people. I mean, the point is he made such a horrible thing that his message gets lost in what he's trying
Exactly. I don't even know if he cared about the message, frankly.
to do. Yeah,
it's
he
about the
became
spectacle.
he became too
Dumpster
enamored.
fire.
He became too enamored of the technology.
If
It
think
was
about
like,
it, I wish they put all the money and time and effort they put into Avatar, whatever's into Dark Tower.
yeah,
If they made the Dark Tower series, with all of those resources,
It
that'd
might
be
have
a
been.
that'd be a better world.
Yeah.
Better world.
Yeah. Fully agree. James Cameron. I think James Cameron is a bit of the. He's the archetype of the director. He's just sort of a belligerent ass. Like push everybody around and treats everybody else like shit.
Did you hear apparently he may have nailed someone's phone years ago to a wall because they were using it while they were shooting. Like he took someone's phone and like
What a tool.
put it. Yeah, he had to use a tool, so he literally
Okay.
and like or like nailed it against a wall because someone was on their phone.
Dang.
Yeah.
Not a fan. I think
That's a
I
bit
accidentally I went to visit my friend Allie, who I was referencing earlier. We went to visit her at Disney World, which was the worst experience of my life. And they were opening the Avatar, or they hadn't opened it. They were building the Avatar park.
Oh yeah.
And I accidentally this is a really bad story. Vomited through the
What?
through the vent. So my vomit was the first witness of Avatar Land.
Yikes.
So that's a good omen, right?
Yikes.
So you still got some of your DNA down in the Avatar
In Avatar
ride?
Land, yeah.
Yeah.
No, it hadn't opened yet, so pretty special.
Good for you.
Thank you. I don't know why I nominated to share that, but
That's any story involving vomit.
Yeah, it's a great
Any
story.
story.
It's worth telling, especially on the podcast. So
have you ever seen Hunt for the Wilder People? Best
no,
movie of all time.
I've been wanting to.
Have you seen
Great
it?
movie, yes.
So good. My dad sat next to that kid he went to visit his lady friend in California. 'Cause That's where she lives now. And he sat next to that kid on the plane.
Oh, the little girl.
No, the boy. What girl? No, the boy. Yeah, the girl, but the boy. The main boy. My dad sat next to him on the plane.
Oh, Hunt for the Wilder People. I'm sorry. I was confusing that with
Avatar.
Oh,
no.
Eagle Huntress?
no, not Eagle Huntress.
Also
no,
pretty
from
good.
several years back. The oh shit, what was it called about the young girl who's in Louisiana after
Oh,
the flood?
so the
Beast of the Southern
wonderful.
Wild?
Beasts of the Southern Wilds. Thank you, Wilder People, Southern Wilds. No, now I remember. Directed by the guy Tim Wera, who's doing the next Thor film and yada yada.
Is it? I might actually. No, I
No,
won't,
no.
But I
But
think
no,
That's
the,
not
the
Taika Waititi.
Taika.
That's not the same guy. He did
Yeah,
What We Do
okay,
in the
never
Shadows.
mind.
He did What We Do
What
in
We
the
Do in the
Shadows.
Shadows, yeah.
Yeah,
Which
Tim
was
Wera's an
not
actor,
super
I'm
funny
thinking-
to me,
I'm
but-
That was
thinking-
okay. Yeah.
I'm horribly racist. All those New Zealand guys are the same.
But Hunt for the Wilder
Grr.
People is one of my favorite movies. My dad sat next to that kid on the plane, but neither of you have seen it. So
No, I did see Hunt for the
I
Wilder
haven't seen
People.
it.
I remember the kid now, and he's
Yeah,
great.
yeah,
He's great. Who was
so
the?
cute.
It was Sam Elliott. Was
Yeah.
the father guy? Yeah, that was a spectacular film. It was
Yeah,
so
it's
much
so
fun.
good. You should watch it, Henry.
I will.
And then the guy from shoot, this is useless to say anyway. From the show and What We Do in the Shadows. What is that? Flight of the Conchords. That guy
Yeah,
pops out of the bush.
Jermaine
Love it.
something. Jermaine something. Yeah.
Anyway, yeah.
He did a musical bit on Rick and Morty.
Yeah.
Which is actually quite good. The musical bit and the show.
Nice.
There you go.
I'll give that one a poke. Man, fuck me. I have a frog in my throat. Sorry. I keep on coughing.
I found a frog in the
or-
house I'm house sitting in this morning.
Oh, really?
Don't know if it was
Did you
the
show it to
cat or
Danny?
Daniel. Oh, Daniel probably would have fainted.
What's
Probably
it?
like,
He would
Are
probably
you
just
sure?
kill it or something.
No, I was gonna say it's probably his pet frog.
it was dead.
Oh.
Oh, well, even more so.
More so, exactly. Oh,
Yeah.
that's my pet froggy.
Yeah.
That's why you're crying.
Yeah, exactly.
Well.
Daniel doesn't know how to use a laundry machine.
Daniel.
Washing machine.
Come on, buddy.
I literally had to
What
show
kind
him.
of existence has he lived that he's incapable
know.
of using a
He hasn't
computer
I don't know. I said,
or a
I
washing
said,
machine?
He hasn't been at Chapel Hill. He's.
no. Well, yeah, but he's from Cincinnati.
Oh.
That explains a lot.
Yeah.
Duh.
You ever seen Cincinnati?
No, I haven't.
Yeah, that explains a lot.
Sorry to the people out in Cincinnati. Go Reds.
All you Cincinnati.
If you don't
fans
hear
out
from
there.
me, like within 48 hours,
I'll
of
let you know.
this,
Call the cops.
please do something.
Yeah, we'll do.
Put your face on a milk jug.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's what we did with the Emoji Movie. You know, your milk jug.
Put your face on McDonald's milk jugs.
Anyway.
Another sponsor there. So
I'm loving it.
yeah.
Hey.
Anything else about Point Break?
No.
Ooh, voice crack.
It was bad.
It's an iconic movie, but only because of the time and place. Again, as an actual film, it's kind of but
Yeah.
Wake up call. I'm in the FBI. And we came in for the eye.
oh my god,
All right. Well, star ratings.
you go first.
1.
Wow, man.
Wow.
You when you hate something, you really
really
a
hate
ghost
it.
story half
Yeah.
like brutal, Chloe.
I still really like the song from A Ghost Story, though. I feel like it kind of sucks, but I really like it. Yeah. No, it doesn't go like that. It goes, doo. I'm not going to do the whole thing, but yeah.
Oh, the little thing that she's listening to while she's lying on the floor.
Ba-da-da-da. Ba-da-da-da. Don't look it up. It's called I Get Overwhelmed by The Dark Room or something. A Dark Rumor. Oh, he's playing it. Are you allowed to
Playing
play it?
it now.
I made a little stop motion movie and I used this song. Anyway.
That's not-
Okay then. Little musical interlude.
Yeah. So, I'm between a 3.5 and a 4. Probably 3.5.
What?
I'm gonna have to go 2.
Holy goodness.
3.5.
I'm going 2, and it only gets a
Jeez,
star.
guys, y'all are fucking
It
brutal.
only gets a star because of Patrick Swayze's hair.
Yeah.
One of those stars is Patrick Swayze's hair.
Yeah. Well, that's 3.5.
Whatever.
Yeah. That's,
What else?
yeah.
I'm
All
over
right.
it.
All right. Well, so with all the reviews done, we can move on to some news and some trailers and all that shit. I don't know why I said shit there, but I will.
They said the F word over like 100 times.
In Point Break?
In both. No.
Oh,
they didn't.
yeah.
Yeah.
So a couple of trailers just released in the last day or two. Brendan, we should mention we just saw it. Daniel Craig is officially coming back for
As
Bond.
Bond.
Yeah.
So that's cool.
You heard it here first. His new nickname
No.
after Logan Lucky, James Blonde.
Classic.
Classic.
But so the first trailer is Molly's Game, which is written and directed by Aaron Sorkin, who's the awesome screenwriter who did Moneyball, Steve Jobs, Social Network, Moneyball, A Few Good Men.
Everything, really.
And he created
He's done so much, like
He
some
was
of my
married
favorite
to
TV stuff.
Kristen Chenoweth. That's a twist.
Didn't he
That's odd.
write West Wing, Aaron Sorkin?
Yeah, so he created West Wing, and he also did The Newsroom.
Well, he did one of my favorite shows of all time, which unfortunately died after I think it was 2 seasons, may not even been 2 seasons. Sports Night.
I don't know, never saw that. I think he did
Probably
do that,
didn't,
though.
But he did Sports Night, which is clever. I mean, it's just brilliant and clever and so great to watch. And it just died after 2 seasons. But yeah, I mean, I watched this and I kind of went,
Chastain looks good.
Jessica Chastain, awesome, love her.
Idris Elba.
Idris
too.
Elba, love him, awesome.
Me too.
But I just the subject matter, I kind of went.
Me too. Same on all
And-
3 counts.
And then it said Aaron Sorkin. I got, oh, well, it might be worth watching.
Yeah, same.
I think it's his directorial debut. I think it looks interesting. I mean, I think the performances, especially Chastain, look quite good.
Yeah.
And I'm sure the writing will be
She's
top notch.
always good.
Yeah.
But she's not always in good movies for me.
Yeah.
Like A Most Violent Year, I was telling Henry I hate that movie.
I need to see that.
No, I
heard
just
some
said I
good
hated
things.
It was
it.
okay.
I heard good things
It was,
about it.
I
It's
don't know.
awful.
It was okay.
It's awful.
It's not awful.
It's stupid. Useless.
Why?
Half
Such
a star.
hatred. Such hatred.
Yeah. But I mean, I thought she looked good. And I think I'm sure the writing will be top notch, and so I'm
Oh, yeah.
definitely gonna be in, just see it for that, obviously. And
I don't know if I'll see it in theaters.
got the Elba Charm.
It
in
does
there.
have the Elba
And
Which I gotta say, I'm excited to see him doing something other
Yeah.
than science fiction-y, fantasy type stuff.
he's gonna be in the mountain between
you-
us as well.
did-
Yeah, which is I just saw that trailer last night as well, which I'm not terribly certain about that
Yeah, I
one.
know, that's what I was saying. She
How dare you?
yeah. I think it could be good.
Maybe, but surviving in the wilderness, it's kind of played out a bit.
Yeah.
I don't know.
The Revenant. Just watch The Revenant. You know?
Just watch The Irreverent by
Yeah.
Gemma Strauss and
Irreverent.
Chloe Strauss.
Or that one.
Written, directed, edited by Chloe Strauss, and Gemma
Gemma.
Strauss gets beaten up a lot.
Shout out to Gemma.
This is just like a whole fantasy scenario for you
Yeah.
to beat your sister up, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Indeed.
So,
Okay then.
What's the other one?
So yeah. So I think does that come out this year? Maybe.
I don't know.
Maybe. So that
I would think so because we still
Yeah.
got the rest of August, September. If they've got trailers for it running now,
yeah.
I
So
would think-
maybe by the end of the year.
October, November, maybe sometime.
I was
somewhere.
thinking December.
Could be.
It looks like
Could be. I mean, I've got a soft spot for films. I still like.
Don't. What are you gonna say?
21.
21 is okay. No. The one, Matt Damon, and
Rollers? Or what's it called? The one with Edward Norton?
yeah,
Is that called Rollers? Did I make
I
that up?
think it is.
Rollers.
I've always liked that film. All those- the Ocean's films.
Yeah.
Oh
yeah.
So it's sort of like the high flying casino. Those are always kind of fun to watch just because it's a view into a whole lifestyle that I myself have never.
Oh yeah, I'm really good at it. My dad taught me
Card
how
playing?
to. My dad he acted like it was a game, but he taught me how to count cards when I was little. Like we practiced, so I can count.
Well, you're never
cards.
getting into a casino.
I can
days.
count up for like 3 decks. I did. We went to the Dominican Republic, and there's like not age. It's probably like 15 or something for casinos, and I raked it in.
Nice, man. You got that paper, eh?
Making stacks.
Got that paper,
Nice. Nice.
but I was so little. I probably spent it on like chocolate milk or something. I think I was 16.
All right.
So you didn't get to have the free booze, no free mixed drinks for you.
I
That's
don't
a shame.
drink anyway.
I don't either.
Really?
Look at that.
What the? Yeah,
You
no.
guys are missing out.
None of it.
I mean, I've had drinks before, but I've been even drunk once before, which is not a fun experience. It's horrible.
Nothing of the sort.
Missing out.
I actually have it's actually a funny drunk story. I don't know if I should tell it, but
Go ahead.
Save it for the special edition.
okay.
That way people are paying to hear your dirty secrets.
Right. But it was quite funny. Embarrassing at the time, but quite funny now. Mm-hmm. Anyways, next trailer. So it's the new Noah Baumbach movie. Who did did Francis Ha,
He's done a ton
What
of
else-
stuff.
what else is-
Greenberg. He
Greenberg,
did
He did.
While
did he
we
do
were-
Mistress Manhattan?
Mistress America.
America, whatever. Mistress Manhattan's a
While We Were Young.
Yeah.
remake. Oh, I hate that movie.
I didn't like it either.
Hated it.
I hate Baumbach.
I know
All the
I thought-
hipsters out
I
there
know.
are
I
picking
thought
up
I
their
liked him,
pitchforks to
but
come
now,
lynch
I
me.
thought I liked him, but now I don't know why I thought I liked him.
Oh, he's awful. Have you
Did
seen
he do-
Francis Ha?
Yes.
I like
Horrible piece of
I
shit.
like-
I hate that fucking movie.
I like Francis
It's
Ha.
really some hipster nonsense. Henry
It
gets
really
behind
is.
that.
I know, but look, I don't like Baumbach that much, really.
Did he do- what
I
else
like
did he
Francis
do?
Ha to a certain extent, but most movies I've seen I don't like.
Maybe I just like his name.
Baumbach.
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 But anyways, this movie is the
Meyerowitz.
Meyerowitz stories,
Meyerowitz.
starring
Meyerowitz.
Adam Sandler, Dustin Hoffman.
All the Jews.
Yeah.
All the Jews.
But actually, I'm just to see Adam Sandler act again. I'm very excited to see that.
Thoroughly not.
I'm totally because like Punch Drunk Love, amazing.
Yeah. I'd be into it.
Even Funny People. I'm excited to see him actually
My
doing
cousin.
good work again.
My cousin was in the movie Click.
Yeah,
Oh,
brilliant
yeah.
film.
So
Really?
my cousin,
Yeah.
yeah. So my cousin was in that
Christopher
movie.
Walken's best work ever.
Yeah.
Yes, my cousin was in that movie, and she said he was like a good, like a nice person, but like really salty about everything.
Sandler?
Yeah.
Salty Sandler.
Salty man.
Sandy.
Yeah.
Sandy Sandler.
But so I mean, I think it's about like a dysfunctional family, I suppose, and so I mean, I think I'll see it for Sandler.
Is it another Netflix movie, right?
It is another
Yeah,
Netflix film,
yeah.
yeah.
Dang, Sandler.
So,
Well, he's obligated. He can only put stuff out through Netflix.
No way.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
The drama.
He's only allowed to. He's got a huge
Intrigue.
contract.
What the heck? What a weird thing. What a random
Well,
thing.
that's why.
all
what
his
is
movies
it?
bomb.
Yeah,
otherwise.
Yeah.
They do. They absolutely bomb.
Weirdness.
I'm trying to think of. I mean, he's put out a bunch of stuff.
Bunch of shit.
The Ridiculous Six,
Oh, it was a horrible.
which was fucking atrociously bad.
It was so bad.
Atrociously
It was one of the worst comedies I've seen in maybe ever of all time.
He did that. There was. He's done something else.
He did the Do-Over.
The Do-Over,
And
that's
then
it.
the Sandy Wexler.
Well, yeah, Stanley Wexler, and then there was the Kevin James film,
That was the
the
that was
Assassin something.
oh
Yeah, Assassin.
True Memoirs of an International Assassin.
Yes, that's it.
I never heard of that. Is that a joke?
It's
No.
it's Kevin
Oh, it's
James.
about an assassin?
Yeah, I mean it's like a comedy.
No, Kevin
Oh,
James plays
got
like a
it.
postal worker who gets mistaken for an assassin.
Oh, sounds great.
Yeah, right.
It's garbage.
Check that out.
But yeah, Adam Sandler's only able to put films out through Netflix. So if anybody wants to work with him, they have to go through Netflix,
had
which
no
is why
idea.
Baumbach is having to go through Netflix for this one. So,
Poor Baumbach.
but I'm just not excited about it. I don't like Baumbach. I don't like his films. It's like snarky hipster shit.
Yeah.
But I love Dustin Hoffman.
He does look like he's gonna be good in it. So.
I tried to stalk him once and it didn't work. He has an apartment like outside of Central Park. So I just like sat outside of Central Park for a day, like walking back and forth, waiting for him to come out, but he didn't.
That's not creepy at all.
First Daniel Radcliffe, now this.
I didn't stalk Danny Rad. We're just BFFs.
Rupert Grint was it?
I've never stalked Rupert Grint. How dare
You
you?
just know about his
Not
ice cream
him.
truck.
Just his ice cream truck.
Yeah, I just know about that ice cream.
Speaking of
His
which,
working
Mr. Mercedes.
You talked about it already.
Oh,
briefly.
Man, creepy. Anyhow, I'll
Oh,
get
you
to
saw
that
it?
later.
It's creepy?
Yeah, ice cream truck. I'll talk about that later.
Why?
When we talk about stuff we're watching, but
Oh.
yeah, I'm not excited about Meyerowitz at all.
I mean, I'll see it for Sandler. Other than that, I don't have much interest. So.
I won't. I always found his comedy,
All right.
styles to be ridiculous. If you ever listen to his old comedy tapes, terrible. There's nothing clever or funny about them at all. They're just crap.
I liked him on SNL.
I didn't. He had a few skits that I thought were kind of funny, but overall, I thought most of his stuff was kind of puerile and just dumb. Mm-hmm. You want clever? Go watch Fred Armisen, right?
Oh god, that's like the opposite side of the spectrum though. Portlandia, I hate that show.
Really?
Yeah, it's stupid.
I like it. I think a lot of it's
Oh,
very, very
sorry.
funny.
I what I've seen, but I mean, I like for the most part, but yeah.
That's the thing about it is they know that they're sort of snarky hipsters and they poke fun at themselves because they're snarky.
Exactly, it's too meta.
It's so meta.
Just stop being so annoying and problem solved.
Interesting. Okay. Well, yeah. So those are the trailers. Check them out if you have interest. So now we did get a few listener questions. That's cool. So the filmbudspodcast@gmail.com is the address that you can reach us at, and on Facebook and on Twitter. So feel free to send us any messages in any form. Mm-hmm. Like
In a bottle.
in a bottle. Okay.
Sorry, it's a great song.
It is.
Yeah.
I love
I
him.
love the police.
I love the police.
So this is first one's from Sheridan from Virginia. So
Hopefully not Charlottesville.
true. I'm
darn it.
hoping yeah. hopefully
Anyway.
not. So hello all. Have enjoyed your episode so far. I wanted to ask you about a recent issue with Blockbusters after the deaths of the stuntman on The Walking Dead, and then most recently
that girl from
the
Deadpool?
the stunt woman on Deadpool 2, along with Tom Cruise's injury on the new Mission Impossible. Do you think Hollywood is going too far with the amount of crazy stunts that audiences seem to want? in blockbusters, and do you think it's worth the risk of stunt workers' lives in the long run?
that's
Thanks for
interesting.
everything, Sheridan.
Good question.
Yeah. So for people who don't know, there was Deadpool 2, the Marvel 20th Century Fox film. There's a woman who was a pro racer, actually, who was acting as a stunt or working as a stunt woman on the set and was killed in a motorcycle accident a couple days ago. And then there was a few months ago, there's a guy, a stuntman on The Walking Dead, who I think fell from some structure and was killed. And then Tom Cruise.
Broke his leg.
Did he break it?
Right? Did he break his leg?
I don't think he broke it.
I haven't heard about this.
So yeah, there's a video of, you should watch the video. So there's this video of Tom Cruise jumping from one building to another, and he is slammed super hard.
Did he
Yeah.
not break his leg?
No,
Not,
but he was limping apparently. But
not impressed in the least. Go watch some of the old Jackie Chan films.
Or the new Jackie Chan film.
but
See
I mean,
the trailer for it about 2,000 times.
Oh yeah,
The
Yeah,
Foreigner.
well,
Cho
no.
Chang. Cho Chang dies. If Cho Chang was alive in it, I'd watch it because she's Cho Chang.
watch.
But he looks so sad and sweet in
yeah.
it.
Yeah.
Tell me where the terrorists are.
Yeah. Oh, he doesn't say it like that.
What does he say?
He's just so little and cute. You're probably like, please
Well,
tell me where the
go
terrorists
watch
are.
his old films that he did when he was back Hong Kong, Taiwan, somewhere. I forget where exactly he was making the films, but if you watch the films, because he does all of his own stunt work.
And that's what Tom Cruise does, really.
Really?
Oh yeah,
Huh.
like the scene in the most recent Mission Impossible, he was actually on the side of the
That's right.
plane.
Well, yeah, but it
wants
never
to-
actually. I don't think it actually ever took off.
Oh yeah.
Did
Oh,
it?
oh yeah, that's he was really in the air.
Huh.
And so I mean
I
he's
thought they green screened the takeoff sequence and all that.
Daniel Radcliffe destroyed his back making the Goblet of Fire when he goes.
Oh, I heard about that.
The first challenge, he like goes down a roof, and because it's old in English and magic, it's like the serious panels, and he just got his whole back
But yeah, I mean like Tom,
ripped open.
No, but the Jackie Chan stuff, it's amazing. You should
oh
watch
yeah.
it.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Because I mean, he would break almost every bone in his body multiple times on a single shoot. It was ridiculous.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, like James McAvoy, remember I
Well-
told you he broke his arm.
Yeah.
all the outtake footage that they would put, they would play it in the background of the credits for Jackie Chan films, and it's just him. Here's Jackie Chan breaking his neck. Here's
Oh,
Jackie
God.
Chan breaking his collarbone. Here's Jackie Chan breaking his arm. Here's Jackie Chan breaking 3 ribs.
So the answer to Sheridan's question is just only hire Jackie Chan for movies.
Pretty much. And the guy's so much scar tissue and rebuilt bones that he's probably impervious to all pain. No, I don't know. I mean, that's a tough question. There's always, I think, going to be an interest in this, and obviously, it's more interesting to see somebody doing this rather than
Yeah.
CG. It's
Right.
always going to be more gripping, more lifelike to see a person doing it rather than CG. And part of me thinks, if these people are willing to take these risks in order to make these films, then who am I to tell them no?
Right.
And there are systems or institutions put in place.
He was actually on the side of the building.
Are you showing
in the
them the
fourth
video
one.
right now?
Really? And
Yeah.
Ghost Protocol.
In Dubai, yeah, and then
Oh my god.
yeah. So he's the man. Cruise is awesome. Fucking love Cruise. Anyways,
Have you
Was he
seen
in
his
Dubai?
new
What
the
was
trailer
it?
for his new movie?
Oh,
That was pretty
American
good.
Made?
Yeah, that looks good.
oh
That
yeah,
looks
I do
interesting.
want to see that. Yeah,
Yeah, that looks
yeah.
kind of interesting.
It's by a
I
guy who
think
did.
Tom Cruise is a really good actor. He just is a nutcase. But
Yeah, but I love him.
Yeah.
He's-
Rain Man's one of my
think
favorite
he's-
movies.
well, I mean,
Oh,
he's-
yeah.
I think he's good, and I like a lot of the past few Mission Impossible films have actually been quite good.
Oh, yeah.
But for me, it's still his early stuff.
Edge
Yeah,
of-
me too.
Edge of Tomorrow, good movie.
No.
Yeah,
Edge of Tomorrow
No.
actually was pretty good.
yeah.
I thought that was
The
pretty
first
good.
Jack Reacher, the sequel.
I thought Edge of Tomorrow was going to be just like cheesy sci-fi Groundhog Day.
Shoot.
but
What was the name
it's
of
really good.
with Emily
The
Blunt.
remake? No, I'm talking about the remake he did with Paul Newman. And
Color
then-
of Money.
Yeah, Color of Money.
Yeah.
The movie's dope.
That's a spectacular film.
Yeah.
The Last Samurai.
Yes.
Oh yeah.
That was actually pretty good.
yeah.
Yeah. What was the other one? Risky Business,
Yeah.
right? Even Cocktail. I kind of like Cocktail.
I haven't seen Cocktail.
It's kind of fun. It's not a great
Gotta
film
like
by any measure, but I actually like Tom Cruise in it.
Collateral?
He's perfect for that. Collateral is spectacular. Collateral collateral is awesome.
Yeah.
Why would yeah. Anyway.
Yeah. Oh, but yeah. So I mean, I think this year's just really been a bad year for stunt people. Obviously, and so I think audiences are expecting the stunts to get crazier and crazier, and so, I mean, if you're willing, I mean, I'm sure they're being paid a lot of money, but I mean, if you're willing to be a stunt person on Deadpool 2, then, I mean, that's fine. But it may not be the wisest thing to do, but if you're happy with it, then fine. But I think stunts are becoming crazier and crazier, and so that's requiring stunt people to push the limits even more than maybe they thought when they started, you know?
Yeah.
So,
Well, they just
for better or worse.
They need to come up, I think, with better ways of ensuring the safety of the people doing the stunts.
I agree.
Don't just okay, go 120 miles an hour on this motorcycle down here. Well, how can we think about this? How can we restructure it in order to make it maximally safe for
and
some people? Which I'm sure there are people who do this, but
right.
work even harder at it.
Yeah. Well, also you think if it's like really good filmmaking, like direction, they can make it look the way they want it to look without having to be crazy.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But yeah, like the scene in, going back to Tom Cruise briefly, the scene in the most recent Mission Impossible, that motorcycle chase, you know, Tom Cruise was like actually on doing those.
Really?
Yeah.
Apparently, Tom Cruise
awesome.
is a jokester.
Oh, he's a goof. He's a
He's a
goofball.
cutout.
He used to turn Simon Pegg's like heat seater on all the way and stuff like that.
What a joke!
It doesn't sound funny when I say it. But
What a jokester.
So he was trying to set Simon Pegg on fire.
I don't know.
Set Simon Pegg's ass on
I
fire.
don't know.
Yeah. What a good guy.
I know.
But yeah, so I mean, I think I'm worried that more of these events are going to happen, like with the Deadpool 2 and Walking Dead, and so it's really unfortunate that it's happened, but I doubt Hollywood's going to stop anytime soon.
Same.
But I mean, as long as they keep on paying these people a ton of money, I doubt they're going to say, nope, I'm
Well, that's
not
the
going to
thing
do
is,
that.
I mean, if these people know the risk and if there is, if they're willing to take that risk, who are we to tell them no? But again, I mean, should they have to be put into this in the first place, I guess is the big question.
Given the option.
Yeah, but I mean, isn't there anything that we could do in order to scale back some of these action
It seems
sequences? Or at least make the action sequences, structure them in a more safe sort of way. I don't know. I mean, the question is who's responsible for that? Is it the writers? Is it the director? Is it the stunt technicians? Who does all this? But I mean, the bottom line is, I guess for right now, it's steady the course. It could just be a perfect storm of a bunch of bad stuff all happening at once. I mean, a star breaking their leg, I mean, that's nothing new. People have been breaking legs.
People are breaking their legs for forever.
Well, I mean, who is it? I was just talking to somebody recently about how so many of these stars, with the muscle gain and the weight gain and the weight loss and everything that they put their bodies through, a lot of them end up giving themselves sort of chronic or long-term ailments.
That's what Tom Hardy was saying. He said recently that he'll never put his body through what he did for Bane because his body just does not feel the same afterwards. Because he put on like 40 or 50 pounds for Bane, and so it's... Yeah.
He put on a ton of muscle for that.
Yeah.
Like, there are weightlifters out there who are still trying to get the back that he had. No, seriously.
Yeah, oh yeah.
Go on YouTube and look at it, and they're all like, do this exercise if you
How
want
do
to
you
look like
find
Tom
that on
Hardy.
YouTube?
It's everywhere. Before I screwed up my back, I was trying to do more powerlifting stuff, and I screwed up my back, so not anymore. But yeah, there's a bunch of videos about how to get Tom Hardy's lats from Batman. But
You could do one for how to get Tom Hardy's voice.
Yeah.
I think as long as there's a demand and audience demand for it, it's going to continue to happen. And the main thing is just so long as these stars understand the risks that they're taking, and so long as there's something in place to make sure that, you know, they're taken care of, or their family's taken care of should something like this happen. I mean, it sounds sort of barbaric, but it's, you know, people have been suffering
It's like
for their...
professional athletics.
Yeah, I mean, people have been suffering for their art for centuries.
Yeah.
And if people are going to continue to want to make this, and people are going to continue to want to watch these films, then
It's gonna happen.
it's going to happen.
Yeah.
And the best thing to do about it is to try to minimize the risk and make sure that these people are taken care of should anything actually happen. So,
Yeah. All
Thanks,
right.
Sheridan. Really brought
Yeah.
the room down.
Yeah. Way to kill it. So
harshing my buzz, man.
yeah. Oh, this and Zoe, you're right. So it is a girl who wrote about this other one, which I mean, it's not surprising. So, anyways, this is Zoe in New Jersey.
Thank
New
you.
Jersey.
Jersey strong.
Nailed it.
Greetings. I've recently read an article concerning the best films about female obsession, with films like The Neon Demon, Heavenly Creatures, and the new film Ingrid Goes West being on the list. So what are your favorite films about that subject or just surrounding female character studies? Neon Demon would definitely be one of my favorites, but I also really like Black Swan, Changeling, Carol, and then...
Changeling.
Yeah.
Yeah, Angelina Jolie.
What female obsessions in Changeling?
Well, she's obsessed with finding
her child.
you know.
Yeah.
Oh.
You get the oddest face.
I thought it was like... I thought it was like being obsessed with a...
I mean, it can just be like a...
Changeling.
Obsession.
About a character study about a female being obsessed, or it can
Alright,
be literal,
alright.
or I guess we can talk about literal female.
Mine's all about
Yeah.
Eve.
Oh, that's a good one.
Huh? What
All
was
About
that?
Eve.
All About Eve?
Yeah.
Whatever happened to
not
Baby Jane
familiar.
was also on this one. That's
yeah,
definitely
yeah.
one.
Oh, yeah. Good lord.
Did you see,
Yeah, Baby Jane.
that show about what happened to the making of what happened to Bet and obviously it was Betty and
Betty and Joan.
Yeah.
I've seen a few episodes.
I've heard that
was
that's quite good.
funky.
It's good. It's yeah.
Well, for
It's
me,
another
I'm
fucking
gonna...
show I gotta watch.
God damn it. This is gonna sound creepy given his history, but I mean, a lot of Roman Polanski films are great in terms of their look at female obsession.
Woody Allen too. Weirdly.
Woody, that's,
Weirdly, right?
that's what was just coming into my mind too. Actually, is my fiance always talks about how good Woody Allen is at writing characters, or female characters, pardon. Which again is weird, but she thinks he's one of the best writers for female characters in film today. But no, I mean Roman Polanski. I was just thinking because of Repulsion, which man, that is a freaky film. Everybody should go watch that. That's where a lot of sort of modern horror comes from, I think. I haven't seen A Knife in the Water.
I never heard of a knife
No,
in
me
the
neither.
water.
Oh, it's supposed to be spectacular. It's like murder thriller thingy on a sailboat. Sounds wacky, right? But it's supposed to be.
What about
just
male
absolutely
obsession?
crazy.
Talented Mr. Ripley.
Well, the other
What's
thing
the
I was thinking
difference?
about.
Oh, that's a good one.
What's the difference?
Well, the
It's
other
just
thing I was
obsession.
thinking about is Rosemary's Baby.
Oh yeah, that's one.
Polanski, yeah. But
But I know I had.
male obsession, that's a tough one.
Yeah, there aren't many like that out there.
Because mostly male obsession stuff comes across as like, oh, I'm a creepy stalker guy.
Exactly, but it's fine if it's
What about-
feminine. Oh, okay.
Prisoners.
Okay.
Male
Yeah.
obsession, the Hugh Jackman
Sure.
character in terms of getting his child back, right?
Also,
That's why the
well,
changelings really confused me. I thought it meant like
In that vein,
women
there's-
obsessed with other
Well,
women and
we're-
stuff like that.
we're changing it up.
Oh, fine.
We're expanding the.
I mean, if you want to take it in that direction, there's also the whole Taken series. That's male obsession. They're not spectacular films,
But it's not-
Is blue is the warmest color female obsession?
Yeah. Well, I don't know. I
No.
mean, I don't think that's
Did you
female
read the
obsession.
article? Did you read the article?
Yeah.
I think it was saying like in a non. I don't think that's what it
Oh,
means.
I know. But I'm just in terms of like, could that be? Because she is like, and completely enamored with this person.
Yeah.
I guess
maybe
in a
not.
sense,
I mean,
maybe I don't know. I mean, it's the relationship between the two of them was so peculiar. sometimes it seemed very sort of mature, other times it didn't. I don't know if it was. It's been a few years since I've seen it. Maybe it was Obsession.
But Black Swan was definitely one for me.
Black Swan.
And then Neon
came
Demon.
out. I would say Black Swan makes sense.
Yeah. But male obsession is interesting. That, like Talented Mr. Ripley, that's definitely.
Yeah, for
Yeah.
sure.
I
That's
didn't even
interesting.
think about that because that's particularly interesting because it's not like creepy psychosexual.
Well, I think that's what the list was about. Like, it's not. Yeah. I don't know.
Well, I mean that's the question. It is what do you? How is obsession being defined, or what are the parameters of obsession in this? Or is it just obsession with anything, or is it like particular types of obsession, like particularly like sexual or romantic obsession?
I think the
something like
opposite.
that?
I
The
think
opposite?
platonic obsession.
Platonic obsession.
Yeah, mine'd be all about Eve.
That's a good one. I'd like to rewatch that. It's been a while. But yeah, so anyways, I did put it's from IndieWire. I did put the article in the show notes. And so you can, if you're curious, it's six great films about female obsession, I think is the title, but the link is in the show notes, so feel free to click on it and give it a look.
What films does it mention in that article?
Well, she said it was Neon Demon, Heavenly Creatures.
Oh, Heavenly Creatures.
Yeah.
Oh, that's a brilliant film. I completely forgot about that. Yeah, that's up there.
Yeah.
That is such a good film.
Yeah.
Peter Jackson, you ever seen it?
Only bits.
Oh, really?
So good.
Yeah, I haven't seen it yet.
It is quite good.
It's really good.
12 stars from Braden.
Yeah,
Yeah.
no doubt. No
Yeah.
doubt. No, it's a really spectacular film. It really, really is. I mean, it's better than anything else Peter Jackson's ever done.
Whoa.
Oh, no, that's not better than Lord of
No.
the Rings.
Yeah, it is.
Uh,
It is.
okay.
I like Lord of the Rings. I'm a big
I
fanboy.
love
I'll
Lord of the
admit that. I read all the books when I was a teenager. I love the films, but Heavenly Creatures, ooh, spooky, creepy,
Spooky,
weird.
creepy. Spooky, creepy, weird.
From Braden, spooky, creepy.
And it's even better than Dead Alive. You ever seen Dead Alive?
No.
Goriest film ever made.
Oh,
It's hilarious.
I'll check it out.
I know. Sounds
It's my favorite
strange,
movie.
Right?
No, I think I've heard of it, but
Have you've seen Dead Alive, Chloe?
No.
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 She doesn't like
it's
those
great.
movies.
So
Of
there's
course
some
not.
great lines and the great lines in the film. One of the best lines from films ever. Your mom ate my dog.
It's kind of funny.
Classic
Seriously. Only from the twisted mind of Peter Jackson.
Yeah.
Only
Yeah.
from the twisted mind of Peter Jackson.
All right. Well, I guess that's all about that question. I guess I could talk about Sundance, but I don't know. I keep on
No, we have to save it.
for what?
One of those little shows.
Oh,
Special show.
we'll get like one
Premium.
download for that one.
Yeah, it'll be my
Here's
dad.
your $1.
Yeah.
It'll be Care Bear.
Her father donated, by the way.
Of course
Really?
he did.
Yeah, $10.
Wow. We're going places.
10 clams, man.
10 clams. I don't know.
My
How much
dad's
does a
the
clam
coolest.
cost in more like 3 clams or
More,
something?
3
maybe?
clams. 3 clams.
My dad's met way more famous people than I ever have.
Your family's
I'm trying to
your
think of
family's
who-
crazy.
Was it Robert Redford almost tried to punch him in the face? I think it was.
Redford tried to punch your dad in the face?
Yeah, at an airport.
That's awesome.
By
your
accident.
dad
It was like
doing?
reflex.
What was your dad doing?
I can't remember. I'll get back to you.
Okay, yeah, tell us next show.
He also got confused for Mick Jagger a bunch, and it
Oh, he
started-
does look.
It's,
That's
yeah, it started rumors about they thought Mick Jagger was was cheating on his new wife, and he also because he was with my dad was with my mom, and it was pretty
Your
dramatic.
dad looks like Mick Jagger?
I
Oh,
love
he
that.
used to look just like him, and they lived in England and everything. And one time Mick Jagger's wife thought that my dad was Mick Jagger from behind, and anyway, and she thought he was funny. Anyway, or from across the street, whatever.
Strange.
Yeah, my mom. I can't believe I never mentioned this. My mom got cast as the original lead in Woody Allen movie. Was it Moonlight Daydreams or something stupid like that? That one.
Magic in the Moonlight.
No.
Midnight in Paris.
No. What? No, it was like an old one.
Oh.
It was when she was young.
I'm trying.
That's
to
awesome.
think
I think it was Juliette
Your family is
Binoche got
awesome.
the actual. Yeah, but she didn't take it. She left to be with my dad in England instead. I know.
of- Yeah.
Facepalm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know the movie Bull Durham?
Yeah.
They're my mom and my dad like do glass work. Their glass is in that movie.
No shit.
Yeah. should have started with that one. That's the least exciting one.
Yeah, it's all downhill from my dad looks like Mick Jagger. His
Yeah.
Mick
He
Jagger's
did. They
wife
used to
song.
get really good seats in restaurants and stuff. Anyway.
That's cool. That's really cool.
Yeah.
Really cool.
Fascinating.
Yeah. All right. Well, I guess that's about it for all the news and all that jazz. So I guess we can just. Y'all have any other news pieces that you wanna, or anything that happened this past week?
Nope.
Chloe?
I don't think so.
All right. So, all right. Well, I guess we can just move on to our picks of the week. What have
Dang,
y'all
I
been?
always forget about this part.
What have y'all been watching?
I finally saw the first episode of Mr. Mercedes that came out. Man, is it good. Brendan Gleeson is
Love all the Gleasons.
he's awesome. Brendan Gleeson's
What'd you
well.
give me that look?
Speaking of which,
Domhnall.
I love
Domhnall's
Donal.
up- coming
His
up
name's
in the-
Donal.
That's Domhnall.
It's pronounced Donal.
Domhnall. there's an MH in. It's
It's pronounced
Domhnall.
Donal. It's fine.
But
Donal Gleason.
he's gonna be an American Made with Tom Cruise.
Yeah, I know it.
But
You know his little dance he does.
Yes.
All right.
Brendan Gleeson is just amazing. Harry Treadaway is just super, super, super creepy. I really liked him as Frankenstein in
Penny Dreadful.
Yeah, and he's really good as the creepy guy, Mr. Mercedes in
Mr. Mercedes.
Mr. Mercedes. That's the titular character,
Yeah.
The titular Mercedes.
and it's just creepy mindfuck type stuff, which
Yay.
really spectacular. I mean, Stephen King, he's known for his fantasy horror stuff, and he just had Dark Tower come out, and there's It coming out, but for my money, I mean, it's the stuff that he's done, like Mr. Mercedes, that's really spectacular, and again, because it's a major character study of Brendan Gleeson facing off against Mr. Mercedes. Great show. Everybody should watch it. I also have been watching season 7, the final season of Game of Thrones, which I stopped watching it for a while, but I gotta admit, season 6, I watched an episode, it got me hooked back in, and I'm watching that again, and so far I think it's been pretty good. So, been watching that. Those are the two things,
Love
Mr.
Game of
Mercedes, and
Thrones.
yeah.
I'm about a season behind.
I
don't know.
Oh my
I love the
Starting
books.
to drag.
Oh my god.
It's
Still
starting to
waiting for
drag.
number 6 to come out by Martin. Still pissed about the fact that he's
Oh,
puts
yeah.
out a book every 8 years.
Yeah.
I don't know what the hell that's about. Come
Yeah.
on, George. Come
Yeah.
on.
Come on.
He's gonna do a Robert Jordan on us and
Oh
pop
gosh.
off before he
That's
actually
awful.
finishes the series.
Right.
But if you don't try to approach the TV show as the books, then you're fine. I'll just put it that way. So anybody who comes in, it's not the TV show, it's not the books. No, it's not the books. It's already past the
No,
books.
it's not the. No, it's not the books. You dummy.
Yeah. But no, it's fun to watch, and I'm really looking forward to the next episode. Jon Snow and a bunch of guys go past the wall.
I'm too behind.
Oh.
I'm too behind.
Okay. Well,
I take it very seriously.
okay.
All right.
Catch up then. Damn
Yeah.
it.
I'm waiting for my friends.
Why? Screw them.
Yeah, I
If
know.
they're making you wait for Game of Thrones, you're not your true friends.
Yeah.
I'm too busy playing with lemurs.
Oh,
That's what she's doing instead.
lame.
I know. Lemurs and lawyers. Anyway,
Sounds like a,
Lawyers are
that-
both lame.
That sounds
they both
like
have internships.
that sounds
One's
like a-
with lemurs and the other's with lawyers.
that sounds like a board game.
lemurs,
Lemurs
and
and
lawyers.
lawyers.
Shoots and ladders.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a spinoff.
Hungry Lemur lawyers.
Gross.
Yeah.
It's like the Eli Roth version.
Yeah.
What are your
So I watched a Hayao Miyazaki movie, one of the few I haven't seen yet, Porco Rosso.
Oh, I love the
Oh
Porco
my
Rosso.
god! I went to school. Sorry, I was really
You
good.
go.
I was good friends with this.
6 degrees of separation with Chloe.
Story time.
I was with this. Okay, I had this like frenemy named Merrick Castillo, and and he was obsessed with Porco Rosso for God knows why, and he used to draw on to all of. He only wore Banana Republic clothes,
Oh,
literally,
great.
yeah. And on the inside of every shirt he had, he drew the little Porco Rosso.
You alright, Brady?
Spilled some water. I'll go get some paper towels.
How much is there?
Not a lot.
Oh, you're fine.
A little bit, then.
You're alright.
Anyway, yeah, Porco Rosso.
Yeah, so I enjoyed it. It's again really showcases Miyazaki's love of aviation, you know, and because my father was a pilot, and so I've always liked that about Miyazaki's movies. But it's just very simple, and it feels very timeless, and it's just really a fun movie.
Yeah.
And it's I still think it's one of his lesser movies, just in terms of impact, but it's still very touching at times and endearing. And
Well, it wasn't like Mononoke. It wasn't like this. The Wind Also Rises. It wasn't sort of like an ulterior. It was just. It was one of his early sort of straight up fantasy childhood fairy tale films, and it's just so beautiful to watch. And what is
Yeah.
it? The pilot Porco Rosso himself, the Crimson Pig or the Red Pig. And he was,
and it's voiced by Michael Keaton.
oh, I see. I saw it in the original.
Yeah, it's original
Japanese.
Yeah, I watched the English dubbing, which are actually all pretty good on the Miyazaki movies.
Yeah, well,
Keaton is
his
quite
stuff
good.
has been picked up by Disney, so they actually get big people. I remember Minnie Driver did one of the voices, I think, in Mononoke.
I love Minnie Driver.
Yeah. So, Grosse Point Blake.
Yeah.
Grosse Point Blake.
What?
She was in Grosse Point Blake with John Cusack. It's a great film, and she's good in it, and I enjoy the film. Yeah, this is a film podcast, right? I'm in the right place, aren't I?
Yeah. So, but yeah, there are these because it takes place in the Mediterranean, and there are these sea pirates. But since Miyazaki loves animation, they're use planes instead of ships, and so it's just all these very creative little pieces of the movie that feel very inspired and it's a really enjoyable movie. So I think, and that's on Blu-ray and DVD. And I'm sure it's on some type of streaming service. And I also did just rewatch Alien Covenant on 4K that just came out, and it's great. Love it.
Yeah.
Not as good as Prometheus, but still very good. So, Chloe?
She's not watching anything because she's waiting for her friends.
Yeah.
I'm still watching Father Brown. Loki. No, I talked about Hunt for the Wilder People. The movie's
true.
dope. Just
Oh,
watch
did you
that.
just see that?
It's on No, I saw it in theaters. It's just my dad was just on a plane with the kids, so
Oh.
it brought it all back.
Okay.
Oh.
Okay.
It's a good movie.
Yeah.
It
It
a
is
good movie.
touching.
Oh,
Touching.
Yeah, I'll definitely try and watch it at some point. It might be on Amazon, so I might give that one a look-see.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I think I got a message of some kind. I just heard a beep.
So the machine that goes bing.
Yeah. And so I guess that's about it for what we got today. That's the show, pretty much. Hope you all enjoyed it. And next week, definitely we gonna do Logan Lucky. And then there's also that new Netflix movie with Noomi Rapace coming out. What Happened to Monday?
Oh,
That's coming out this Friday. You want to?
Alright.
I haven't. What is that one again?
It's the one where
So
she's.
stupid.
Yeah,
It's Orphan Black, but a bad movie.
It does look kind of dumb, but I'll watch it for Noomi. She plays 7 different women.
One for each day of the week, and they're
yeah.
all siblings, but you're only allowed to have one kid, so they all have to share an identity, and they each
Right,
have one day of the
okay.
week they can go outside. So Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday.
It looks brilliant. By the guy who did
dog opened the door.
All right. Well, that was strange. Sorry, my dog came in, thought the door was shut, but she's right here with us. So hello, Bindi. So hi. Well, yeah, that was odd. How the fuck did that happen?
Yeah, that's strange. I thought I closed it. Perhaps I didn't shut it well enough.
Yeah. Well, she's here.
I know.
She's here now.
My
So if you
sister's
hear-
cat used the toilet, so.
Sorry. Well, if you hear bangs or anything, that's my dog. Hi. I guess we'll definitely do Logan Lucky and then maybe that other one, but and then we'll keep you updated about the Steven Soderbergh show, the monthly show. Oh, all right, careful there, Bindi. Careful, don't hurt yourself. And
We should do a retro review of Lemonade by Beyonce.
oh god,
Yes.
that's not even a movie, really.
Yes, it is.
It's a 50-minute film. It's a short
It's a
film.
short film.
Short
More
films
like
are
a
garbage.
visual montage thingy or something. It's not like an actual film.
I wanna
thought,
do-
Is it?
Lemonade.
We should have a Beyonce one. Dreamgirls, that
Austin Powers.
that movie with
Oh, yeah,
Idris
Austin
Elba, right?
Powers.
That scary movie. Whatever.
Yep.
Whoa. Yeah, so definitely Logan Lucky for next week, and we'll keep you updated about everything else.
But probably Lemonade.
Pretty much, we're gonna be doing Lemonade.
I'm gonna be doing Lemonade.
Only if we can do a discussion of the Titus lemonading and Unbreakable Kimmy Schmidt.
Yes, sounds perfect.
Sure. Oh, can I say, September 1st, Green Day concert. First show. Haven't been to one before. It is gonna be the best
Actually,
thing of all time.
I don't like Green Day, but the band
They're-
opening for them is my second favorite band of all time.
They're the best thing ever. And so going to the first show, September 1st, could not be more excited.
Catfish in the Bottle, man. It's my fave. They're my fave peeps. Ewan McGregor was in one of their music videos directed by Ewan McGregor's daughter. That's
Okay.
interesting.
Huh.
Good to know.
I don't know. He's talking about Green Day.
Well,
All stuff I don't listen to.
yeah. That's a shame, Brayden.
I feel like Brain listens to like whale music.
Whale sounds. Whale sounds.
Yeah.
Yeah. I can see him getting in his car.
That's me cruising around.
In his car, that'd be awesome.
Got my top rolled down.
Or maybe,
windows rolled
or maybe
down,
like the
stereo crank.
the rainforest.
Songs of the ocean.
Exactly.
You pull up in your car to like a stoplight, windows down, and it's just ocean waves. Be amazing. I might have to
I
do
don't know
that.
where you got that idea.
I don't know.
I'm so totally opposite of
What's the opposite of
Brain, what type of music do you listen to, by the way?
metal.
Nice.
really?
Yeah.
What type of metal? Who are we talking about?
It's a lot of stuff that probably people haven't heard of. Yob out of Oregon. Thou out of one of Charlie's favorite bands out of Baton Rouge, Louisiana. Trying to think of who else I listen to. Baroness out of Savannah, Georgia.
Cradle of Filth.
No. Although I kind of want to listen to because they keep referring to them
On the IT crowd. That's the only
yeah.
reason I know who they are.
Listen to the Cradle of Filth. It changed my life. No, not them. Gojira from France. All kinds of stuff. All kinds of stuff. But, mostly sort of, I don't know what you would call it. Pelican, I like Russian Circle. They're sort of post-rock or post-metal. I don't know what you would call it exactly.
Post metal.
Post-metal.
Contemporary metal.
Yeah. But, no, it's a lot of, I hate to use the term indie, but sort of indie metal, quote unquote. But
You like that underground stuff.
yeah.
I'm excited for you, Henry.
Thank you.
Will you? No. Yeah.
Oh,
Where
I
are they
might.
playing?
Raleigh.
Raleigh. Really?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
They're coming.
I got tickets in order to see, like I said, the opening band.
Catfish in the Bottle
Men.
Man.
Yes.
That's a very peculiar title for a band.
It's because there was a man in their neighborhood growing up who was called Catfish the Bottle Man because hit bottles to make music, like, you know what I mean? Like
Like
different,
Spoon Man.
yeah, like, yeah.
Oh, Chris. We will miss you.
Yeah. All right. So, with all that said, now you know what type of music we like. And all right, well, we'll see you next week.